Well, a very pleasant good evening. We're here at Griffin Stadium here in southwest Little Rock. It's a beautiful area to play a football game as the Southside Mavericks will take on the southwest Little Rock Griffins. I'm Keith Evans along with Terrell King, and Coach Doug Pogue will be calling the action tonight as Southside looks to go to 3-0 here, Terrell, and it's a game where you're taking on a team that I think is trying to rebuild. We were kind of joking about it just a little bit. I'm thinking this team has lost their first two games 42-zip and 76-zip, and they end up playing Lufkin, Texas last week. I'm thinking, why are you doing that?
Yeah, that's a head scratcher to say the least. But I guess if you want to get a lot better, that might be a way to do it. It's probably not the way I would try to do it, though.
I think that's better for maybe Bryant to try to get better. I think that would work better if they did that. But you look at this Southside team, got to be impressed the first 2 weeks. 27-7 victory over Northside, a 35-7 win last week at Little Rock Central. Southside defense, I think that's where it starts. This defense may be better than what we had originally thought they would be. They've only given up 7 points in the first two ball games.
Yeah, defense and special teams. But, Keith, I've always been one of those that really kind of believes in, offense wins ball games and defense wins championships. So, when I see that, I start thinking about later on in the season and thinking about championship run and all that sort of thing. So let's keep the points off the board for the other team, and let's keep them on the 20-yard line or less when we're kicking off.
Yeah, and I think I look at this defense. Two things to me that really stand out are obviously fewer big plays so far in the first two ball games, and also the fact that they're getting off the field on third down.
Exactly, and I think a lot of that is because we've really been shutting down the other team's run. And I think when you can control the running game, especially in this league, you're making your opposition two-dimensional, and it's a whole lot easier to defend when you know what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, Coach Pogue, we're having a conversation here about the defense. We think the defense is really stepping it up. It's been a big surprise this year for the Mavs.
It has so far. They have done a good job, and I think it's a lot. Talked to Coach Dameron. Their D-line has been a pleasant surprise, and the fact that they minimize the turnover, so they're not giving the other team a short field. And when you're making them have to go the length of the field, things you make a team, unless you give up a chunk play, you're making a team have to drive the ball, and that's been part of their success.
Yeah, they've done a really good job, though, of eliminating big drives, too. You look at that Little Rock game last week, the first drive, Little Rock had a nice drive working. Southside was able to shut it down with the penalty.
Right.
Helped it a bit, but after that, the Mavs really took control of that game. But, Coach, you mentioned the D-line. Very impressed last week. I think the Southside defensive line outquicked Little Rock Central. We were talking pretty much the whole game about the possible holding penalties that could have been called in the game, but they really controlled that line of scrimmage.
With Schaefer and Sherrard and Morales, and then they throw in some others that come in and give them a little bit of rest. They have done a good job of controlling the line, and I know that they do a lot of slanting and trying to play games up there in front because they're not overly big, so that helps them to be able to control some gaps. And so far they've done a great job.
Well, and how big is it to be able to do that with three guys? You know what I'm saying? Three down linemen as opposed to having to stick another guy out there on the line to take care of that run. So it's been impressive to say the least.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what I was impressed with last week was Josh Chung coming in the ball game. They're working him some now. Obviously, it takes a week or two to get going from offensive line. He'll probably go both ways at times, but I love the effort. He came all the way across the field on that one play and almost got to the quarterback before he threw the football. Let's go down, folks. We're going to have the national anthem here. Be back to talk about the Southside special teams and Southside offense after this. Well, welcome back here. 2 more points on the defense, guys. The linebackers very active so far. I think that's been a big thing we've talked about. Obviously, Ethan Dunn in the middle, Max Perez out there making some big plays. But Malachi Warren is really very disruptive from that outside backer position.
Well, and when he comes around that edge, he's on top of the ball carrier before they even know he's coming. So that's nice to see. And it's also been nice to see Parker come in there and make some plays from that, secondary, come and get mixed up in that run game a little bit, and then, making his presence known on those little swing passes and screen passes. So looking forward to seeing those guys make some big hits tonight. And like you said, Ethan Dunn, Mr. Everywhere all the time. I got to play sideline to sideline on just about every play.
Well, they're very athletic. Probably the most athletic bunch of linebackers they've had as a group. And so all 3 of them are actually, when you say Layden Rowe, excuse me, when you consider him can also be a linebacker tack. That's 4 guys that can run, and they do a lot of games with them, but they don't know where they're coming from because all of them can cover, and all of them, they do a pretty good job of their stunts and their blitzes.
And, guys, one area, and Terrell, I know you talk about this each week, but one area that kind of goes unsung sometimes but is very effective is special teams for the Mavs. The best starting field position for Little Rock Central last week after kickoffs, 22-yard line.
22-yard line. I mean, you don't see that very often, kicking it out of the end zone every time. So, to me, that's going to be a big storyline in this contest too.
Rodrigo Hernandez has done a phenomenal job kicking in the end zone or placing it on the sideline where they cover, and so it's a big plus.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned about Hernandez too, the development you had seen from year 1 to year 2, and you can see that in the confidence growing too. And he's going to be one of those young men too that if you need a field goal at some point, you're going to feel pretty good about putting him out there on the field. Now, as we kind of look at the Southside offense last week, I thought Blake Forsgren played a very good ball game. We talked about maybe if you want to be critical a bit, maybe could have thrown a couple of passes away, but otherwise I thought he did a great job of managing the game.
Right. He a lot better than what he performed at Northside. I think being the first game, little nerves and stuff like that. And Northside did a good job, but last week you could tell that he's a young man that live for the next play, and and he had forgotten about the game before and played really well.
Short memory, that's right.
Short memory.
Well, and the one thing we kind of talked about a little bit early on last week was we saw where they were throwing a lot of those little short passing routes. I think that'd be kind of the game plan to go back to today is get those short passes out there, get him warmed up. And, once he gets that tuned in, then you can throw that deep ball because he's got the arm to do it. It's just getting it tuned in, throwing strikes.
Well, those short passes with the Peyton Zimmerman and Wilson Key can
Go a
turn
long
to big
way.
gains, and that's something you had mentioned, Terrell, last week. One of your keys to the game was getting Peyton Zimmerman going. What a big game last week.
He had a huge game. I had his yardage down. I think it was just over 100 and at least 1 touch, but I think he's had 2 on the year, right? So, that's, to me, one of the areas of our offense that if you can just get that ball in your playmaker's hands, he's going to go do something with it.
Gentlemen, I was thinking about this on the way down. One thing I think Southside needs to develop at some point for this team to be effective is they've got to develop a third receiver. Either whether it be Laurimore or Tanner Stacy, get one of those young men, to be a dependable receiver. It'll take the pressure off because I think what teams are going to do is they're going to do a lot of doubling down on either Zimmerman or Key each play. So you might be able to open it up for those guys if you can get a third dependable receiver.
I think Barry is capable. They just haven't thrown to him very much, and I think he's got a couple of catches. He had a drop, but you see drops all the time,
Right?
And even on Sunday, so it's not that big a deal. But I think Blake is very comfortable throwing to either Wilson or Peyton, and this is a progression on his reads. I mean, they're going to get covered, and so he's going to have to be able to. You're right. Find that third guy. And I mean, having Warren now, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield is also huge.
Yeah, that was my next point, guys. We got a pleasant surprise last week with Terrell Warren, the 23-yard touchdown on the wheel route. And then I thought even more impressive was the 10-yard play. The ball looked like it was behind him, and it was on a bullet on a line to him. Made a great catch there. He's got some good hands.
Yes.
Good hands and good feet, too. I mean, a couple times he could have just fallen over after making the catch, but, he was able to maintain his balance and turn it into a few more yards. And those yards can be huge, especially a running back out of the backfield.
You got to remember this. He's a freshman.
And he's a freshman. That's right.
Yeah, that's how we get excited, don't we? Every time we think he's just going to get better week to week. And another unsung area, too, that we need to talk about is that offensive line. Landon Grimm, Mark Rodriguez, Hayden Eckelhoff, the job he does at center with the snaps. Nick Arnold, Colby Castling, doing a great job giving Forsgren time to throw the football.
I think either all five of them have started some time last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's they have gelled, and the cohesiveness among them over the last 2 years is quite evident in their ability to protect the passer and to create running lanes.
Yeah, and also, too, we've got to mention Joey Dabina. He's come in. There's we call it your tight end / tackle, doing a great job off that end. And then Josh Chung,
correct,
playing both ways. And I think Josh is going to be that kind of X factor. I think you're going to see as the season goes on, especially I think on the defensive line. I think that kid's got that, for lack of a better word, a little bit of an ornery streak maybe in him, and he's going to get out there and he's going to battle on that line.
Well, he's a kind of a hybrid little, where he comes in and plays defensive end, and he can play pretty multiple positions on offense. So I know that I talked to Dameron and said that he would be the only one that they would probably use both ways.
Well, you've got him, and then obviously Peyton Zimmerman will play a little bit.
Well, I'm talking about on the offensive
line. Yeah, and that's a good thing too. And I know it's a hard transition sometimes to going from offense to defense. I think Arkansas is trying to do that with Keyshawn Blackstock right now, and trying to work himself into some playing time. And you just love a kid like that. Hey, play me where you need me. Where it makes the team better. Put me out there.
Well, and look at your last Heisman Trophy winner. You know what I mean? That's a two-way guy. So it's back in style.
But he wasn't two-way on the line, though. That was kind of the difference. But, yeah, let's look at the starting line. First for Southside tonight. I'll go with Blake Forrest going to be your quarterback. Terrell Warren, running back. Peyton Zimmerman, Wilson Key, Barry Laurimore, and Tanner Stacy, your receivers. Landon Grimm, Mark Rodriguez, Hayden Eckelhoff, Nick Arnold, and Colby Castling on your line. On the defensive side of the ball, Southside will go with Dwight Johnson, Darian McGrew, Peyton Zimmerman, Isaac Parker, Layden Rowe, Maddox Perez, Ethan Dunn, Malachi Warren, Xavier Safer, Dalton Sherrod, and Daniel Morales for the Southside defense. Gentlemen, I got to ask you this question too. We get to go to a lot of different places. As far as a football stadium, I always tell people this. I think that going to Russellville is with the exception of the press box, is one of the best places to go to a game. It's just a beautiful stadium. But this is a beautiful.
Right, it is.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. They got really nice facilities. The school is very, definitely modern.
Yeah, not easy to get to, but it's here. And I was told by Buzz Sawyer, was talking to him on the phone today, and he was telling me, I didn't get a chance to, but he said you need to go to that arena.
Yeah, you couldn't see much of the inside of that arena, but, man, it is pretty impressive from the outside.
Southside coming on the field, just about ready for the start of the ball game. We're about 2 minutes before the kickoff. Did I just hear him call them the Southside Rebels?
That's what it sounded like to me.
There'll be a lot of happy people out there in Southside land if they heard that, I can tell you that.
And now here comes your Southwest Ribbon.
Keith, they got flags, man.
I'll tell you what, they've got a very enthusiastic PA guy up here tonight. And, we laughed last week at the Little Rock Central guy that every time if they got a first down off of a kickoff, that was another Little Rock Central first down. He was pretty enthusiastic about everything. And guys, it kind of reminds me of a story. We did a game one time in North Little Rock, and we all shared a room together in the old press box. Doug, I'm sure you've been at the old stadium there at North Little Rock, and the gentleman that was doing the North Little Rock broadcast, I told him, I can't compare to you. This man sounded just like Barry White when he was doing the game.
Did you ask him to sing like Barry?
Well, I bet he could have. I'll just put it that way. And I actually told him, I said, man, I hope nobody's listening to your broadcast that listens to us, because they will definitely turn over and listen to you, because you definitely had that magic voice. So, yeah, just about ready for kickoff here. Looks like Southside, I believe they're going to be kicking the ball off to start the game. The big thing, though, about this team, though, you look at this Southwest team, is got to be a little disappointed in the turnout tonight. Not a lot of people out here. I know it's been kind of a rainy night, but not a lot of people here. And, Coach, when they combined this school, Southwest, was this McClellan and Fair they combined?
Yes. And, at one time, McClellan was pretty good.
Well, Fair was, too, with Cedric Cobbs.
That's right. And McClellan had Nichols. He was also a running back that played, and I think the reason why I remember him, I remember the hit that he leveled on someone in front of the Southside bench one game.
Just about ready for kickoff here. Yeah, it's just a beautiful area to have a football game in, and Southside had a pretty little turnout over there tonight.
They brought their dance team and the cheerleaders.
Yeah, had a little snafu last week,
Yeah.
With the stuff going on. We weren't able to make it last week. And
I'm glad we've gotten over the COVID situation where they wouldn't let them travel, and now they do. So that it promotes a little bit of team spirit. And I know whether you realize it or not, the players and them, they do recognize that, even though during the game they don't. But, when people support them, it gives them a little bit more incentive to play a little bit harder, I guess.
well, it's been a fun trip for Southside. This is kind of the middle of the trifecta here. As next week we'll open conference play. We'll go to Mountain Home, and it's 3 fun trips to go on right in a row. But the good thing about that is the fact I tell people, I tell myself this, that our only 2 road games will be Greenwood and Van Buren after that, unless we get in the playoffs and have to go, knowing our luck, El Dorado.
That's what you told me this morning. Yeah.
Just kind of keep our fingers crossed on that, and hopefully that won't happen. But, I like this Southside team, guys. I think this team has one thing I think that's good about this team is I think this defense is going to be better this year than we've seen in previous years. And I think they're going to make a big difference with, keeping us in some ball games. And, and too, I think the key last year, and you go back to this too, guys, it was a lot of turnovers we had last year really are what kind of shut this team down.
Exactly. They had them at inopportune times, and always. And a lot of times when the other team has a short field to work with, it's always putting your defense on, the pressure to stop them, and a lot of times they weren't able to do that.
Yeah, Rodrigo Hernandez will kick off for the Mavs. Mario Maxwell will be back deep, along with Damari and Martin. So these guys are up at about the 10-yard line, and I think that
Good luck.
They may be miscalculating his kicking ability here. Don't look like there's a lot of wind. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It's going to go into the end zone, be a touchback.
A lot of times the coach will tell you if it's over your head, just let it go. But did y'all see the play where it bounced off of the guy's head and it went in the end zone and the offense didn't?
Was that the Steeler game last week?
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking as we get some of the lineup here for the Griffins as they come out on the field. It's kind of hard to see those numbers, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Got purple uniforms with look like turquoise numbers. I believe that's Dallas Nelson at quarterback. Wants to throw the ball out. It's going to be incomplete. Bring up second down.
Has everybody started the first play of the game with a quick out or a quick hitch play against Southside?
I think that's the game plan.
Because I know Central did, and I know Northside did.
It was Darian McGrew on the coverage for the Mavs as Southwest lines up in the trip formation. They'll hand the ball off, and he's going to be hit and driven back. Going to lose maybe about a yard on the play. Good job by the Southside defense. There's Ethan Dunn over there.
Going to give him a spot at the 20, so it's no gain.
Good press by the defensive line again, and then you bring those backers, and what the defense is doing, Coach, it seems like to me they're trying to come from a blitz from a different area. It's not the same guy.
A lot of times your defensive line sometimes is to occupy the offensive line so they can't work up to the next level, and that gives the linebackers freedom to make tackles.
I think we had a misread on that play.
That was a 15-yard pass and was about 20 yards tall. Let it fly a little bit.
He just showing that arm off as Wilson Key will go back for the Mavs. Stands back at his 45-yard line. Southside should get really good field position. That's the way you like to start, guys, 3 and out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
every time.
A team like this really ought to try to run clock to give.
There's Key on the return. He's going to get a nice run here across the 40-yard line up to the 39-yard line.
And that's another thing. Wilson Key back here at the punt returner, he keeps the balls from hitting the ground or getting them before they roll 50 yards when you get a bad punt. And, it's quite obvious in the Northside game how many punts that Northside, return man let just bounce and gain an extra 20, 30 yards. He does a great job of keeping him from going behind him and catching it.
What do you think about that pistol look, Coach?
Penalty marker. Ball start against the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Not sure what happened on that play.
More like a snap infraction.
I don't know, but he got about a 6-yard mark off on that.
Yeah, he did.
The ball's on the 39. They marked it at the 46. That was a 7-yard mark off. Okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There's a handoff to Terrell Warren. Will get back about 3 yards. Brings up second down, second and about 13. Yeah, the ball was actually on the 39-yard line where it said. They had the ball at the 46-yard line. That was a 7-yard penalty. And they'll give 4 yards for Warren on the play. Brings up second down, second and 13. Forsgren calls out signals. He looks to throw here. He's got time. We'll throw the ball. He's got an open receiver. It's going to be complete. That's Peyton Zimmerman gets inside the 30-yard line down to about the 27-yard line.
Reception number 16, Nathan Zimmerman.
Now, you guys explain that one to me. I can do math, but that's not a spot. If that's a spot foul.
It's your umpire.
No comment. I know where we're going with that. First and 10 for the Mavs. Forsgren looks to throw. He's got time. We'll throw the ball to the corner. It's going to be complete. That's Wilson Key at the 10. Cuts back inside to the goal line. Touchdown, Southside.
There's your start, Keith.
Yeah.
What a nice move by Wilson Key.
He is a very smart football player.
Elusive.
Yeah, he just understands the game. I'm sure his dad has been a lot because of it, but
Don't give his dad much credit. And also give him credit, too, Coach, and we talked about this, him fielding that ball on the hop. He saved Southside probably at least 15 yards. Here's the extra point. It's up. It's good. Southside leads 7-zip. We've got 10-17 to go here.
And one thing Wilson doesn't lack, confidence.
And heart. That's right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll tell you the key to that drive, though. You get the 3 and out, then Southside, that's a 3-play, 39-yard drive for the touchdown. Is you're playing a team that has been shut out
Guests paid for their
twice and has
testimonials.
given up 100 and something points the first 2 ball games. Confidence factor is not very high.
Let me tell you about this
But
new
it
pretzel
ended up
cheddar
being a
club.
40,
Hey, I'm
6-yard
Carlos.
drive.
And I'm Ebony. And a
They
little
had that
thing we
7-yard
love
penalty.
about the Chick-fil-A pretzel cheddar.
Hernandez will kick off for the Mavs.
The big scoreboard is temporarily not functioning. We'll provide the time, 10 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
As Hernandez will kick off for the Mavs. Yeah, that was a nice drive, though, guys. And obviously a key play on that drive was the first pass completion to Peyton Zimmerman for Blake Forsgren. And I like what Southside did, too, Doug, coming back and throwing another pass on first down.
Yeah.
Here's a returnable ball. Come across the field, and Southside strings it out nicely, and he's able to turn the corner just a bit.
He's had enough speed to be able to do that.
It was Mario Maxwell.
On the return, number 2, Mario Maxwell, to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, Griffin.
So we got that PA popped in here, too.
I think it's coming right in the wall, man.
Yeah, I heard that music coming out. 26-yard line, that's, again, good coverage by the Southside special teams, as this will be the second drive for the Griffins. Again, the clock not working here, so
We at War Memorial.
kind of go with updates. Going to run the ball up the middle. Southside right there to make the play after maybe about a yard gain. That was Tyler Jackson on the carry. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 8 for the Griffins. Again, they've got Dallas Nelson at quarterback. Going to hand the ball off again. There's a pursuit coming around, and he's going to be hit. What I like about that play, guys, was the fact that the play was busted up. He comes back around, and a lot of times when that happens, you may miss a tackle. Not then for the Mavs.
Well, we're waiting on him.
Here's the thing: when you have a guy that cuts back, they're not supposed to lose containment. And so, a lot of times they see one guy go the one way, and they all take off and try to take an angle, and they lose containment, and that's where your big plays happen. But Southside did a good job of staying in their lanes.
And third down, 3rd and about 9 for the Griffins. He's got time to throw the ball. He looks to throw, and now he's going to roll, try to get outside, and going to get outside and get the first down.
Well, that's the guy we were worried about pregame, first-year quarterback, but he's kind of their guy on this offense.
Southside actually had pretty good contain, but what you're seeing with this Griffin team, though, they've got a little speed, guys.
Yes, they do. That's where that other word you use comes in. Very important, contain.
Going to go one back in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Going to hand the ball off to Jackson. He's going to try to cut it back out. Now makes a nice move to the outside, and we'll get about a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, give Southside's defense credit, though, especially that front, because every direction they run, they're having to turn around and go back the other way.
That's Layden Rowe there to make the play for the Southside defense.
Finally got a holding call. I thought on the last play when the
too.
kid got pushed in the back, so that's,
It's a big call right there, guys. That's about a 22-yard penalty in hole. Be 1st and 20 from the 32-yard line for the Griffins. Going to hand the ball off to Jackson. Boy, he's hitting the backfield and driven down.
Everywhere they're trying to run.
I see Layden Rowe getting up there. Was that Layden Rowe and also Ethan Dunn back there? Going to lose a few more yards. You'll lose 4 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 28. Actually, about 2nd and 24.
See if we can get them to airmail another one.
They'll go trip set to the left of the quarterback. He looks like he wants to throw or run, like it's going to be a quarterback draw. He's going to get away and makes a nice move up. The ball's on the ground.
He is a jitterbug.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some serious quickness.
Again, you had Ethan Dunn and Layton Rowe over there for the Mavs. Rowe having a good start to the ball game tonight, guys. Bring up third down, third and about 14. We're still in the first quarter. Southside leads 7-zip. Chance for Southside to get off the field. And you guys are right, though. That quarterback, very shifty out there, and that's what you have to do. And now they're going to take a timeout. Southwest going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports
It's the
Network.
tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank.
Welcome back. It'll be third down, third and 14 for the Griffins. Southside looking to bring a little heat, and they've got pressure on. They get him in the backfield. He's going to be able to get away, and now makes a nice move. He's going to get away, and he's going to try to run for the first down. And I'll tell you what, he's a hard one to bring down, and he's going to be close. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard.
That is incredible. Oh, they gave him the first down. No, I guess.
He made a nice move, though, guys, on about the 35-yard line to cut back over.
He made about 4 nice moves.
What a run!
We've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, another hold maybe.
it was a push in the back.
Yeah.
But, guys, I got to say this, though, on something like that. You know, sometimes when you make a great athletic play like that, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, eat the flag.
Yeah. And I guess it's loss of down, too. I know they're going to give him the down back, yeah. You got to watch this young man at quarterback. I'll tell you what, he's very impressive. And, folks, as the game goes on, it's going to be a little harder for us because we are in a press box that has no lights. It's going to be different. So they look to throw here. Going to throw a inside tunnel screen. It's going to be complete. And there's a nice play over there on defense. That's Darian McGrew making the play for Southside. Bring up fourth down. Coach, I got to ask you this, though. Southside not really trying to put any pressure on the quarterback from the linebacker position.
They're just doing it with the front four.
Is that because they want the running ability of the quarterback?
Exactly, and also inviting him to try to throw it and cover with 7 people.
It's your favorite play right here, Coach.
Yeah, I think. You could tell me better, probably. I can't say 18? No, 18. Okay. 15. Okay. There's a punt's going to be killed at the Southside 36-yard line. Mavs will have good field position as they start their second drive of the night. Southside leads here 7-zip. We've got the clock working again. We've got 5:29 to go here. Gentlemen, I think the defense has played well so far, but I got to give credit to that little quarterback for the Zephyrs coming out there. Dallas Nelson, that kid is tough in the open field.
Y'all may laugh at me, but he reminds me a little, and I only got to watch Quinn play a few times in my life, but Reminds me a little bit of Quinn Grovey. I mean, he can get side to side in a hurry.
First attempt for the Mavs. Forsgren wants to throw. Will throw the ball out. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to get the ball to Barry Larimore. Actually had two receivers in the area. Larimore along with Peyton Zimmerman. The ball goes incomplete. Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs.
Thing I like about that incomplete pass, though, that was a safe pass.
Yeah, somebody was in the wrong area on that
I
pass.
think so.
Yeah.
I already threw it, kind of threw it in between them.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting those matchups, guys. They're getting those one-on-one matchups
Right.
that you like out there. So you're going to see some opportunities at some big plays. We saw it on the previous possession with Wilson Key. Going to set an inside screen. That's a nice call. He's at midfield.
On.
40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. It's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. That's Wilson Key. I'll tell you, Wilson Key's headed for 100 yards tonight, guys.
I'll tell you what, lightning caught thunder on that one. Holy moly.
Yeah, he had a good 10-yard head
did.
start, yeah.
I will let him know what kind of speed he has.
He's as fast as his dad. That's what it
There you
is.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give the ball off to Terrell Warren. Gets down to the goal line. We've got a flag on the play. Offside is going to be called on Little Rock Southwest. But the play should have been blown dead.
Y'all surprised not to see 0 back there right now?
I don't think they need him here.
I think this is a good call right here, guys. Let Terrell,
I like it.
let Terrell try to, let's see what he can do down the goal line.
I just know all year long we've seen 0 back there in
That's
this
true.
spot.
Let little brother have this one, maybe.
That's right.
Give the ball to. He's going to be hitting the backfield, going to lose a couple of yards. Bring up second goal from the 3-yard line. We've got 4:41 to go here. Southside leads early 7-zip.
What do you do right here, Coach? You read it?
Well, they got, they're
11 in the box.
they're selling out. So,
Yeah. Read it and find the seam.
It's kind of like when they threw the tunnel screen. They had 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Cover 0, basically.
Yeah.
Second goal as Forsgren wants to throw. Will throw the ball. It's corner out. Going to be touchdown Southside.
There you go.
Peyton Zimmerman.
They were just setting it up.
Obviously, guys, the key play of that drive was the long pass completion. Wilson Key taking the ball down to the 2-yard line. Rodrigo Hernandez in for the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. Southside leads here 14-zip with 3:57 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Welcome back here. We've got 3:55 to go here. Southside leads 14-zip. It'll be 1st and 20 for Southwest. Southwest guys, I'll tell you what, they've been really hurt by the penalty so far tonight. I'm impressed, though, with the little quarterback that they put out there, Dallas Nelson.
Good run right there.
Going to pitch the ball out, going to get a nice gain across the 35-yard line. Guys, I look at this Southwest team. There's not a lot of size, but a lot of quickness. Would you agree with that?
In the backfield, sure enough.
Get the ball up to the 40-yard line, be a 20-yard gain.
On that play, we stunted away from where they ran it at. Because Dunn had a stunt call or blitz call, and
Well, that's what happens every time they run this way.
Yeah, that's what he did that time. Yeah, came back in. I believe trying to see who that was making the play for Southside. That's Dalton Sherrod. Got him by the shirt and got him down. Bring up second down. Going to lose 4 on the play. Sherrod had a good ball game last week, guys.
Sure did.
Bring up second down, second and 14 for Southwest against Southside. Leads here 14-zip. Got a whistle on the play. Going to be another false start. Coach Pogue, we talked about this earlier, you're playing a team that really has struggled, not scoring any points, and really getting run off the field their first 2 ball games. The longer this goes on like this, how do you keep a team like this to keep the game up?
it's just difficult. You try to find what you can do best and then stay with it, and see, that was a good pass, and he was trying to catch it and run with it. It's just sometimes the lack of discipline. Southside got a guy down.
Yep, Southside got an injury on the field. And with that injury, let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
At Autoplex Collision Repair, we're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Autoplex.
That's good to see him walking off under his own power.
Yeah, that's Xavier Safer going off under his own power. It's good to see him going off, and they'll bring up third down. And guys, what I was telling you before that was before the drop pass, the slot receiver actually took off for the line of scrimmage. Could have been another 5-yard penalty. Started out like a promising drive here for the Griffins. First play of the drive, they gained 20 yards. Now they're going backwards as they've lost 9 yards back. So bring up third down. Got to watch that quarterback. Here comes the heat from the outside. That's Max Perez. They'll get a complete pass, and he'll get up to the 35-yard line. Yeah, their best play. Yeah.
He dropped it.
Their best play, guys, so far has been the play breaking down and then the quarterback running the football.
Right. And particularly out the backside where you sometimes lose containment.
He'll check Zion Brooks back into the ball game to punt the ball away. Wilson Key will stand back at the Southside 37-yard line. Guys, this kind of reminds me of being out here. We're kind of in the woods, and here's the punt. It's going to be straight up punt.
Chip shot. Watch out.
So it's kind of you need to get out of the way of. We'll take a Southside bounce back up to the 48-yard line. That's where Southside, again, that's been kind of the theme for the Mavs so far this year has been great field position. They'll start this drive on their 48-yard line. First drive was on the Southwest 39. Southside's next drive was their own 36. This will be on their own 48-yard line. But this stadium reminds me of a lot of Little Rock Fair. Kind of sits in a wooded area. Yeah. And that may be why they don't have lights, because we're still early in the season. They won't keep those skeeters out of here if they can.
Well, I was a little disappointed we couldn't open the windows tonight. I did like that last week.
It was fun last week, except going down to down below the bleachers. It was kind of a long ways. As Forsgren will take the ball deep. He's got an open receiver. It's going to be dropped. That's Tanner Stacy.
That's a pretty ball.
And, guys, that's what we talked about. we really need that third receiver to step up because they're going to have a chance with Wilson Key and Peyton Zimmerman. There's going to be a lot of double down coverage on them. They're going to have a lot of single coverage.
Right.
And you saw it right there. He was open on the play. Bring up second down, second and 10. Southside going with a stack formation to the right of Forsgren. He's got Terrell Warren in the backfield.
There's nobody in the middle of the field.
I'm telling you, they like that cover zero.
Forsgren will throw. It's going to set a screen up. They set it up nicely. That's Terrell Warren is going to get forward, but they're going to throw another flag. This may be a hold on the Mavs. Would you say so far the referee's the star of this ball game?
Yeah, there's too many penalties.
There's been too many penalties, yeah, both sides.
Making their presence known.
I guess. I'll bring the ball back to the 45-yard line. We'll bring up second down, second and 14 for the Mavs. 2:09 to go here. Southside leads 14-zip. This will be the third play of this drive that starts at the Southside 48-yard line. And they'll get the 5 yards back. What's that? Sounds good. Thank you. Be second down, second and 9 for the Mavs. As Forsgren looks to throw, they're going to try and break some heat there. It's an inside tunnel screen that's complete to Peyton Zimmerman. He's going to fight his way down, makes a nice move, had 3 guys hanging on. Gets a nice gain inside the 45 down to about the 42-yard line, brings up third down, third and about 1 for the Mavs with 1:32 to go here. Southside leads 14-zip.
Bringing in Fabino.
That's draw and run for a receiver right there.
Tell you can't hear Doug. And Southside jumps off sides.
Was that 5 plays and 3 penalties?
This is that game, though, you play, guys, where you get all your penalties out of the way if you
That's
can
right.
before you start conference play.
Get them done.
Bring up.
Sometimes you have a lack of concentration, and especially when you know that. Oh,
Ball's going to be incomplete. We'll bring up fourth down. See what the Mavs want to do here. I think they'd probably punt in this situation, guys. Obviously, play that field position with the 14-zip lead.
You're not going to try a Brandon Aubrey field goal right here?
Yeah, we talked about that. You think that was a hard ball or a softball?
I think they had that one fully aired up.
Tell you what, that guy is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, he's the best player on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's true.
Wilson Key will punt the ball away for the Mavs. And the ball's going to be blocked. Got a chance to scoop it up here.
Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball.
they came right up the middle. Our up guys didn't even bother to touch him.
Didn't chip him.
They'll get the ball at the Southside 7-yard line.
That's what I was referring to. You lose concentration when you think you scored 2 quick touchdowns and you stop them.
Got easy.
Yeah,
what set it up, though, obviously, Coach, was your lineman jumping off sides.
correct. When you have 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, yeah, right.
Yeah, there's no, you don't need to do that. And, I'm telling you what, guys, though, that's a big play for the Griffins. They've got a chance now maybe to get some points here, actually score their first points of the season, which would be big for them and give them some momentum. And the first down, they're going to run. Actually, that's going to be a wildcat, take it to the outside, and he's going to be hit and going to be dropped for a loss.
I think that's number 22, Keith.
Yeah, I've got a blank for 22.
There you go.
The unknown runner will get tackled in the backfield. Bring up second and goal. Probably going to run maybe one more play before the end of the first quarter. Southside leads here 14-zip. Little Rock Southwest threatening here. They've got second goal from the 9-yard line after a blocked punt.
It would be nice for them to hold them here.
A little surprised they came in with a wildcat formation with that quarterback in there. Now they'll hand the ball off the running back. He's hitting the backfield, going to lose back to about the 14-yard line. There's Maddox Perez back there along with Malachi Warren for the Southside defense. Will bring up third down. These guys are tough on the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quarter.
That's going to be in the quarter. Southside leads 14-zip. Be back with the start of the second quarter after this. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
Welcome back to action here. It'll be third down, third and goal from the 14-yard line. Little Rock Southwest got a big play where they got a block punt, had first and goal at the 7-yard line. And I want to make a correction here. Folks, we're having problems seeing some of these numbers. They are off this Little Rock Southwest team. That is actually Derek Vassar Jr., your quarterback. We've got Pat McCarty checking on that for us. Brought him back here to spot for us again, and it's good to have him out here. And he also went over there and told the PA guy to quit calling the Southside Mavericks the Southside Rebels. You'll probably hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
In third and goal here. Guys, this is the key right here. You don't want to break that containment and give Vassar a chance to run the football.
No.
That's it. I mean, make him throw it or make him hand it off, but don't let him run it.
Going to roll to his left. They want to take the ball out. Going to throw it to the corner of the end zone. And nice defensive play back. Oh, come on.
Wow.
I got to figure out what this call is going to be.
I believe that was Darian McGrew back there on defense.
Here's the thing about in high school, there is no rule for face guarding, and all he did was swat it away.
Yeah. I mean, he made contact with the ball, so
yeah, they're going.
That's not face guarding.
Well, gentlemen, I don't like to be mean here, but I think we've got the B team out here tonight. They're waving it
there
off.
You go.
You
going to take that back now, Keith?
No, I will not take it back because he should have never thrown the flag in the first place. But I will give them credit for talking about it.
That's right. They debated it.
Well, what a great job by the Southside defense, guys.
Somebody called timeout.
Yeah, let's go. We'll just go ahead and keep it here, guys. Southside leads 14-zip, just starting the second quarter here, 11:52 to go. And, you can kind of tell right now what kind of kicker that Southwest has. If they don't try a field goal here, obviously they don't think they've got a young man that's got the leg to make that. But you've seen some things at Southside. I think both of you guys will agree with this. We've seen some things, Southside do some things tonight that obviously not blocking on the block punt, jumping off sides, making some dumb mistakes. Get these out tonight.
That's right. Get it out of the way.
You got to understand this is their first road game. And when you travel, it changes things, changes your routine and stuff. So, they came to Little Rock Central last week, didn't they? What am I thinking of? The first road game. Well, I don't know what made me think that because I asked Coach Dameron and they stopped in Russellville to eat at Arkansas Tech. So,
well, you didn't think it was,
yeah,
So. Yeah, you didn't think it was a road game, Coach, because we were in Little Rock last week.
Yeah. Seems like we're right back home.
They're going to go for it here. It'll be fourth and goal. They got the ball spotted at the 13-yard line. That's kind of started off bad, guys, on that first penalty they called on Southside, and they marked it off, 7 yards?
7 yards, yeah.
Want to throw the ball to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Looked like a little miscommunication there. They tried to go straight corner with it, and Southside did a really good job of kind of taking that away, guys. I think that was Dwight Johnson over there along with Isaac Parker. Nonetheless, a great job by the Southside defense.
Well, we hadn't seen the Southside defense really face too much adversity this year, so it's probably not the worst thing for them to get a little test here early.
Well, it was nice, too. Last week, they had the goal line stand.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very impressive job by Southside. And I like what I'm seeing from this defense. The plays that Southwest has made tonight really have been because I think are very athletic plays that Vassar's made.
Mm-hmm. Definitely the big plays they've had.
Really not much of a passing game so far.
There's 11 on the line of scrimmage.
You guys are right. I think you could hit them deep. So they want to throw the ball. It's going to be complete over the middle, and he's going to get it up to about the 17-yard line. Yeah, exactly it was.
Good hit.
That was Peyton Zimmerman on the catch. But, guys, when you play that type of press coverage like that and you play the guys on the line of scrimmage, you better be able to tackle like that or you're going to give up. We saw the big play with Wilson Key for the touchdown earlier.
Well, any of those screen passes, I mean, you get past that line, there's nobody left.
Look like they want to bring some heat here as Forsgren will step up. Now he's got an open lane. He can take off and run. He's at the 25. He's at the 30. 35, 40 will be pushed out of bounds. What a great job by Blake Forsgren of tucking that ball in, seeing the opening, and going for it, guys.
Well, that's what Coach and I were talking about earlier. That right there should be there all night long. The way they're selling that on that run, Blake should be able to just tuck it and go.
I'm not really watched their defenses closely, guys. Are their safeties just coming up, or are they even having safety?
They ain't even got a safety.
There's nobody in the middle of the field.
Mm-mm.
So they're assuming that speed's going to get there, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, trip set for the Mavs. Forsgren has time. Will throw the ball. It's going to be complete. That's Wilson Key on the catch. He's going to get away at the 40. Cuts back to the inside. Will fight his way down to the 35-yard line. Terrell, I think Wilson's got to be getting close to 100 yards tonight.
Getting real close. The one thing I'll say about Wilson, he reminds me a little bit of when he gets that ball, reminds me a little of Isaac Gregory back in the day. We used to call him Shifty, and I think Wilson's our new Shifty guy.
The first and 10 for the Mavs at the 35-yard line of Southwest. We've got 10:30 to go here. Second quarter, Southside leads 14-zip. Got Forsgren and Warren in the backfield. Again, Southside wants to throw. They'll throw on the inside tunnel screen. That's a nice catch by Zimmerman. He's at the 20, 15, fights his way down to about the 8-yard line.
Did you see who sprung that one, Keith? Big Castling boy. Got out there on the edge and make that block.
Yeah, big Colby out there. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a good one, guys. We watch him play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be a good one.
I know one thing. You ain't going through him.
But you're going to get those matchups. And we saw it earlier even with, I believe it was Tanner Stacy down there actually
he did have a nice wide open look.
He had a wide open look too. So hopefully they'll get that and build some confidence. They want to throw it again here. That's Forsgren over the middle. It's going to be knocked down, incomplete.
That got scary for a second.
Yeah, this Griffin team, like I said, guys, they're not real big, but they're very quick. And I'll give them a little credit, too. They're pretty good tacklers.
They play long, too. Like they seem to get a hand up in your face from a long ways away.
That nose tackle, he's pretty good size.
Yeah, he's not tiny.
There's always one in the bunch.
That's right.
Second goal for the Mavs. Forsgren rolls to his right. Wants to throw the ball. It's going to be touchdown Southside.
That's a good catch.
It was.
Low.
Real good ball, too. Safe.
Here's what, you see Southside not even an attempt to run the ball very much. One is because they're all crowded in the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. And it's, the old saying, if they got this many in the box,
right,
throw it. If you got this many in the box, you run it. So.
Well, when you see Warren not making too many yards, it's tough sledding.
Yeah.
Southside now leads 21-zip. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. You watch the Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
We're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Auto.
Welcome back to action. 9:43 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. That was a 6-play, 87-yard drive for the Mavs. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman. Southside now leads 21-zip. And guys, you were talking about during the break, that was all passing.
Everything except, Blake had to take off on one of them for a pretty good little gain. But, yeah, he was involved in every yard we earned on that series.
And, gentlemen, how big was that, the Southside defense stepping up? 14-zip lead, you have the block punt, first and goal at the 7-yard line for the Griffins. The defense holds, you take over, you march down the field, score the touchdown, 14-point swing.
It's a lot different-looking game, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it's a lot different being 14-7 versus 21-0. You're right. It's
Rodrigo Hernandez will kick off. There's another good boot that's going to be returnable at the 8-yard line.
They're going to try to.
Going to hit him and drop him at about the 26-yard line.
That ball was supposed to be probably closer to the sideline.
Yeah, it's Colton Vinthong getting off the bottom of the pile for Southside, along with
Malachi was in there on that one.
We have Norman also there, too, and Malachi Warren. Yep. Number 0's around the football.
He's always around the football, but like you said, Norman, he's been making some plays.
Yeah, I like him. He's a young man, too. He's only a sophomore, so he's only going to get better. And Derek Vassar, your quarterback, is going to tuck it and run. And he's going to be, there's your guy right there, Malachi Warren. That's a perfect form tackle. And
there's your hit.
Yeah. Guys, I love the call, actually. I think that's a good call to do the quarterback draw. But here's the thing about that is I think that Vassar is better when the play breaks down.
Right.
Where
you
got a little bit more space and stuff, yeah.
You definitely don't want to be in space with him, I can tell you that. Bring up second down. So they'll give him 1 yard on the play. Second down, 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Jackson. Jackson's going to get across the 30 up to maybe the 31-yard line. We'll bring up third down, 3rd and about 5. And Southside leads here early second quarter, 21-zip. We've got 8:45 to go here before the half. Again, at the half, we will go over the first half scoring summary, and I think we may talk a little bit about the upcoming conference season for the Mavs. Again, big third down here, 3rd and 6. Southside going to come with the blitz and going to jump off sides. Coach, I think that is where you're getting a little bit too lax right there when you jump off sides like that. That just.
How's that a first down? How's that 5 yards? Guys, that's a 6-yard penalty, almost a 6-yard penalty.
Yes, it was. It was 3rd and 6.
She keeps stats on the extra penalty yards.
Yeah, this group is not exactly, like I said, I think we got the B team. There was a nice run by Jackson, going to be driven out of bounds.
Well, you're trying to make sure you put it right on the yard marker.
Yeah, there's Malachi Warren up there, and also Webb Norman there for the Southside defense. Yeah, we're going back to that again, aren't we?
I almost said something about that on that 7-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was a yard and a half. Mm-hmm. So okay.
Okay, where's the ball at?
Yeah, I mean it's another yard ahead.
We know. We've learned that. Yeah, it's 2nd down, 2nd and 4. But again, the big play in that series on the first down was the offsides, guys. Mm-hmm. The 6-yard offsides. Going to hand the ball off again, and there's Warren. I'll tell you, that's a nice play, guys, right there.
Fighting that block.
Yep. They got number 23.
That's 2 good plays he's made in the last 3 downs.
Yeah, he's a sure tackler. I like his aggressiveness. Bring up 3rd down. They actually gave him a yard or 2, I think. Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 4. We've got 7:46 to go here before the half. Southside leads 21-zip. Vassar looks to throw the ball. Will throw the ball. It's should be out of bounds, and they're going to give it to him. Guys, I think that may be the first pass completion of the night for Southwest.
Well, he got both feet down, but they're both out of bounds.
First and 10, they'll spot the ball at the Southside 47-yard line. Going to hand the ball off again. That's Jackson on the outside. He's going to be chased down by Ethan Dunn. Should be the 44-yard line, but they're going to give him the 43, I think.
Ethan Dunn made that tackle, and then he's already halfway back to his position before everybody else got off the ground.
You know, marking the ball at the hash mark's all fine, guys, but they're bumping it up about one every play so far. Going to hand the ball off to Jackson again. He makes a nice cut to the inside, and there's a good defensive play again for the Mavs. That's Ethan Dunn. They're making the tackle. At the 40-yard line.
They marked that one back.
Well, it's interesting they did because the far judge had it marked at the 39-yard line. Yeah. And they've got it marked right this time.
Right.
Bring up third down, third and about 3 for the Griffins. We've got 6:39 to go here. Second quarter, Southside leads 21-zip. Nice drive here for the Griffins. Started this drive on their 26-yard line. Here's the 8th play of the drive, and there's a handoff. He's going to get the first down across the 35-yard line down to the 34-yard line.
This is what they should have been doing to start the game is, even though if Southside does make a play, don't abandon the run, because they need to shorten the game, and you can't do it by throwing the ball, and particularly if you don't throw it very well.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. You've also got, if you're going to play the passing game, you better be able to throw the ball. Their effective play off the passing game was getting Vassar to run when things broke down. There's a pass out going to be incomplete.
See, that stops the clock. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's just a simple pitch and catch, and you know, you got to be able. I mean, it wasn't a great pass, but it's a pass he should have caught, though.
Hit him in the hands.
Yeah, we know about that from last week.
That's right.
Yeah. Again, second down, second and 10. No, you're right, guys. That ball's right there, but he looked like he was trying to turn around and run before, you know, he actually had possession of the football. Going to run a ball, kind of a sprint outside. He's going to turn it back up inside and going to get maybe, let's give him 3 yards, brings up third down, 3rd and 7. But, Coach, you're right. I think this is the game plan is to really try to pound that football, and this will be the 11th play of this drive, and working that clock down and keeping your defense off the field, you know, is a really good thing for this Southwest team.
Well, and Perez, he didn't make the tackle on that one, but he blew up the key block. So it was really, he had a lot to do with that one.
Bring up third down.
Yeah, he made him cut back in. That's what he's supposed to do.
That's it.
Going to run the ball again up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped after about maybe a 3-yard gain. We don't have the name on 23, but he's kind of I'd call a straight up and down runner, and pretty effective when he goes straight ahead. Mm-hmm. Bring up fourth down. I think obviously you go for it here.
Well, you talked about this Griffin team not having a whole lot of size, but he's a lot of it.
He's one of your bigger guys. They got a pretty good, I think it's a right guard. He's not in there. Well, he's still in there. Pretty good sized kid. Be fourth down, 4th and 3. Big chance here for the Southside defense. They want to throw the ball. They're going to take the ball to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete as he drops the ball, and we're going to get a flag here. But they're going to get Dwight Johnson for a grab.
It's interesting because he did get his head around that time.
Well, he did, but there was a lot of contact before. Actually, that could actually be called a hold, but before the ball was in the air. See how they want to call it?
He called it pass interference.
You know the funny thing about that play, the kid still had a chance to make the play.
Yes, he did.
Here's the thing about, I see more and more penalties caught on 4th, and they just throw it up there, and they get somebody for a pass interference.
Defensive holding, something that turns into an automatic first down on the 4th.
Well, it's not an automatic, but it's 4th and 3, I guess.
Got a whistle on the play. Going to be a procedure penalty called on the Griffins. I don't know if it was you guys talking about this. I heard this somewhere. Is they were talking about rewarding underthrown ball a lot of times too.
Yes.
Yeah, and I get that. I think it was in the Cowboy game the other day
Yes,
that they did
that's
that.
right.
Got a hold called on it, but I think the ball was intentionally off. Supposed to be a
Thrown
back throw.
underthrown.
Yeah.
Well, they throw the back shoulder throw. You're correct.
Get the ball off to Jackson again. He's going to be tripped up. Not much there. Going to get maybe 2 yards. Brings up second down, second and about 12. We've got 4:31 to go here before the half. Southside leads 21-zip.
See, they've run off almost 5 minutes off the clock. And that's
That should be their game plan.
it should.
And second down, second and 13. Yeah, guys, this is the 14th play of this drive that started there on the 26-yard line. Vassar going to keep it here. Not much there. He's actually doing them a favor, guys, and I've said this several times. Every time he does that quarterback draw, because like I said, when the play breaks down, when he's double tough.
Yeah, I almost think those are called runs that aren't working. It's the ones that are supposed to be a pass play that are working really well for them.
The ones that I thought that they did better on running where they went one direction and cut it back to the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Getting third down, third and about 12. Vassar looks to throw here. He's got time. We'll go to the back of the end zone. Looked like a little miscommunication there with the intended receiver. Goes incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Yeah, it's either miscommunication or he's hearing footsteps. He looked like he got in a hurry on that one.
Well, gentlemen, I'm not so sure. You see this a lot of times, and they're going to take a timeout. Let's go ahead and take one, too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
Welcome back to action. It'll be fourth down, fourth and 11 from the Southside 14-yard line for Little Rock Southwest. We've got 3:18 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. And Pat McCarty went over there next door and got us the name of number 23. That's Robert Cooper.
they are kicking a field goal.
That's what I was trying to figure out how they were lining up because the kicker was way far away from the holder. Now he moves up. That's going to be a 30-yard field goal for the Griffins. There's a kick, and looks like it's good, and no good.
Off to the right.
It sure did look good. We'll take it.
Guys, I'm going to tell you what, the Mavs need to be careful on that play. They actually almost bumped the kicker coming across there. But that's got to be frustrating, guys. You have a 15-play drive and then ends with no points. Southside will be looking to maybe try to push one across here. They've got 3:09 to go here. And guys, it's kind of been a 2-minute offense for the Mavs, like you guys were talking about. Nobody in the middle of the field, and you do whatever they give you, you take it.
Hey, look, they're what?
It'll be an inside tunnel screen. That's Peyton Zimmerman. He's going to break it to the inside, across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line. Even a play like that, guys, with nobody in the middle of the field, he's one or two steps.
That's it, yep.
First and 10 for the Mavs at the Southside 34.
All you have to do is get the initial block on his guy And then, because they're playing 0, and
Forsgren wants to throw. He's going to roll. He's got time. Going to throw the ball out of bounds, and that's a good job, good decision by Blake Forsgren just to throw the ball out of bounds. Brings up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. 2:35 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip.
that time the two safeties they played coverage there. They wasn't in man. They were man underneath.
And then rolled to cover
and then they rolled the coverage behind them.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Forsgren looks to throw. He's got time. Will throw the ball down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Bring up 3rd down. That's one of those plays, guys. I think if maybe Blake had held that ball maybe a split second longer, his receiver really hadn't gotten open on the play.
They had a guy open across the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up 3rd and 10 for the Mavs. We've got 2:29 to go here before the half. Southside leads 21-zip. Colton Vinthong will check into the backfield for the Mavs. Forsgren steps up. He'll throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to get it over to Wilson Key. The ball's behind him. Will bring up 4th down. Be a punting situation for the Mavs.
It's probably a good thing it was behind him because they had a number. What number is that? God, 17.
I was thinking 17. Yeah.
Yeah, he had cut it. He had undercut it. So if it hadn't been behind him, he might have.
I thought it was going to drill him in the ear hole, actually.
Yeah, that was Jeffrey Keys, number 17. Southside going to bring a little more protection in on this one. They'll bring the heat down. There's the kick by Wilson Keys. Going to be a good kick. It's going to take a bounce and
that is not, once the ball hits.
Once I believe we're going to call that.
So, Coach, explain that. If the ball hits the ground like that, is it still a fair catch?
I didn't think so, but that's.
I think they're just going to mark the ball there, it looks like. Yeah, they'll give him 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. I think they heard Coach Pogue up there and his refereeing skills. And
yeah. I think they got a sideline warning because this coach was out on the field because he wanted a
late hit.
Mm-hmm. So they gave him a sideline warning.
And we've got 2:16 to go here before the half.
They are going to mark it off.
Well, I hope they go back and watch this video because that wasn't a legitimate fair catch wave anyway. He waited too long and he didn't even do it.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Griffins. Vassar wants to throw the ball. He's going to throw the ball complete. And that's Max. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you got an auto collision play of the game.
Right there.
Holy moly.
I'm going to write that down, guys.
That was Maddox Perez.
That's got to be a defensive player's dream right there.
I guarantee it.
Bring up 2nd down. I'll tell you, if they come back to that same young man, he may be a little alligator arms try to catch that next pass. It's 2nd down, 2nd and 10. 2:09 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. They'll bring a man in motion for Vassar. Vassar wants to throw the ball. He's got time. Looks down the field and makes the first man miss, and now he's going to get away and will run out of bounds.
You can't run at him. You got. I mean, we just tell them to chop their feet, but you know that kid's got a lot of quickness and stuff. But you run dead at him, and he's gonna make you miss.
Well, that's when you see him out there, you hold your breath.
Yeah.
Every time he gets away like that, you got to be around him. Be third down, 3rd and 5. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. We've got 1:35 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip, and now
The clock kept running.
well, that was okay at Little Rock Central last week.
That's right. What was it, like 50 seconds went off there?
We thought we were in the mercy rule in the first quarter. Yeah, they've got a couple of pretty good-sized linemen on that right side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all were talking about Maddox Perez hit on one of the Southside coaches, Coach Tiffy, when he was in junior high. I remember when my first year as a coach, and I was at Darby, and he played linebacker. And oh my gosh, he was you didn't do a crossing route.
Yeah, and he actually turned out to be a really good quarterback.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, folks. We've had, I don't know if that went off on the PA or what. Somebody's going to be in trouble. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. They got 2 men in motion. That should be a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to call it. Legal shift.
Well, Keith, if I'd known we were going to have this many penalties, I'd have been keeping a tally. I think we're going to set a record.
Well, there's been a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Been a lot of them. We've seen some odd penalties, some 6-yard penalties.
7 yard.
Yeah. You know, Southside gets a stop here. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 10. We got 1:42 to go here. Of course, Southside had 21-zip. They get a stop here. They have a chance to maybe score before the half. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. That's Dwight Johnson along with Malachi Warren there to knock the ball away. Guys, if I had to pick a player of the game so far for the Southside defense, it's definitely Malachi Warren.
Yes.
That's a big play. It stops the clock. Southside plenty of time now.
I think they're going to give us another one of those little chip shots. A little bouncing Betty action here.
This Zephyr team, though, is getting, the Rick Griffin team is, I knew I'd call them the Zephyrs before the night was over, is got to be getting pretty desperate to try to score some points at some point. Here's a kick. That's actually a pretty good kick.
It is.
Wilson Key, it's a good job of going down. Coach, that's what you said, too, is how many yards did he save by making that catch?
Right.
And that's the little things you see that you won't read about in the stat book that are really big.
Well, another thing you're not going to read in the stat book is how he had to play shortstop to catch that one.
It's good hands. Again, we've got 1:28 to go here. Southside's got all 3 timeouts. They lead 21-zip. So pretty much do what you want to do. And you saw a little bit different defense coming from Southwest the last time. And let's see what adjustment Southside makes to counteract that defense.
Now they're dropping.
You could actually run it here if you wanted to with all your timeouts. Going to throw the ball out, going to be complete. That's Zimmerman over the middle will have a Southside first down at the 35-yard line. Temporarily stop the clock. Mavs in a 2-minute offense here. 1:20 to go here before the half. Forsgren looks to throw. He'll throw the ball. Going to be intercepted. Something happened on that play. I don't know if Key got knocked away from the ball.
Looked like he got knocked down, but he thought the ball hit the ground is what it looked like to me. He didn't think that was a clean catch.
It's a big play by the Southwest defense. Southwest has no timeouts with 1:08 to go here.
That's just Blake getting in too big a hurry on that one.
Well, that's going to be the key. We've talked about that, guys. First ball game of the year. That's got to be – you got to eliminate the turnovers. That was the one thing that I think really hurt Southside, and the losses that they had last year was just you would make a turnover at an inopportune time. And
Whoa.
Who are they going to get that one on, Coach?
That's a jailbreak.
I think it was, I'm going to give it to the wide receiver out here.
Yeah.
Well, center forgot to snap the ball.
That's what it looked like. Or it rolled back. Yeah. Couldn't really tell, but.
He might have been trying to run the old fumble-rooski.
Oh, yeah.
Spot the ball back at the Southside 48-yard line. 1st and 15 as Vassar looks to throw the ball. They wanted to try to set a screen up, and now they will get the screen to the inside. He's going to be hit after maybe about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Good job by the Southside defense. First of all, recognizing the play, and there's big old number 32, Ethan Dunn, making the play for the Southside defense. No timeouts for Southwest. We're down to 46 seconds to go here before the half. Southside leads 21-zip.
Yeah, Keith, I was just about to say how impressed I was with how our defense read that screen so quickly.
Going to take the ball down deep, and that's a nice play. I tell you, that ball had been underthrown at all. That was Isaac Parker over there for Southside. If it's underthrown at all, that's going for 6 the other way.
Yeah, he's been trying to sniff one of those out all year.
Parker's turning into a really good ball-hawking safety, guys. Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 13. We're down to 31 seconds to go here before the half.
Needs to intercept one, though.
Mm-hmm.
Vassar rolls to his right. He's got time. He's going to feel the heat, but he's going to get to the outside. He'll just run out of bounds. We'll bring up 4th down. With 23 seconds to go here, you almost got to think it'll be, well, they'll spot him about the line of scrimmage, so it'll be about 4th and 13. Let's see what they want to do here if they want to go for it. Doubt you would. I figure you just punt the ball because you don't want to give Southside
short field
right there, even with 23 seconds to go. But you guys are right. That is the one thing I think Southside has really struggled at. It's getting the turnover so far.
Right. Only I guess, north side they did.
I don't think we got – did we get a turnover last week? I don't think we did. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Maybe. Seemed like we got a fumble.
Going to go for it here on 4th down. A little bit of holding in the middle of the field. They're going to throw the ball deep. Don't catch it. Incomplete. It's a good job just to knock the ball away. Southside will have great field position at the 46-yard line. Gentlemen, run about 2 or 3 plays here, get down, maybe kick a field goal.
Let Wilson Key get down there and get open, make a couple moves.
Guys, I think that was a play where the ball could have been intercepted. I think that was a smart play by the Southside defense.
Stop the clock, too, instead of burning off 3 or 4 more seconds.
Well, at that point, if you do intercept that ball,
go for the end zone.
It doesn't matter because you're going to have the ball on the 20-yard line. So you gave yourself 26 yards right there. So hit a couple quick ones.
Yeah, you got to know the situation. And
got 16 seconds to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. Forsgren looks to throw the ball. They got a 3-man rush coming. He's got time. Going to take the ball down the middle, down to the field, and got a little bit of a miscommunication with Tanner Stacy. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 with 8 seconds to go here. Terrell, I know what you're thinking right now. You wish you had the Dallas Cowboy kicker to come out and maybe try a 70-yard field goal here before the half with 8 seconds to go.
Well, you guys are talking about how they miss balls on receivers miss balls on Sundays too, and it makes me think back to old C.D. Lamb dropping 3 of them a couple weeks ago.
This one just hit a quick one, call a timeout, and almost another interception, and that's going to be down to 1 second. Gentlemen, Blake Forsgren's not going to feel good going in here at halftime with an interception and a near interception right here before the half.
That was just overthrown.
Yeah, I think it goes back to that comment you made earlier in the game. Just going to have it short memory.
And Southside going to go in here, should with a 21 zip lead. They're going to run the ball with Terrell Warren. I like that. Good
Yes,
call.
sir.
Going to run it to the outside. He's at the 30-yard line, tries to fight his way down to inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. That'll be the end of the half. Southside leads here at the half, 21 zip. Be back with the first half scoring summary after this. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Strength runs in our family.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
At Autoplex Collision Repair, we're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Autoplex.
An accident can leave you feeling stuck, uncertain of where you can go. At Autoplex, we specialize in getting your vehicle repaired quickly and accurately. Our expert technicians use the latest tools and OEM parts to restore your car to its pre-accident condition. With precision and care, we ensure your car looks and performs as if the accident never happened. Ready to get your car back on the road? Visit fixrex.com to start your repair today.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
Consumer notice. Interest rates are at a 22-year high. To gauge the demand for lower rates, or Chevrolet of Fort Smith is holding a great percent event. 1.9% financing for 60 months on select models is in effect. New 2023 Silverado 1500, new 2023 Equinox, new 2023 Trailblazers. 1.9% financing. Plus, get over $3,000 in or extra value. Or Chevrolet of Fort Smith.
You always get more.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Uncertain on how much your repair is going to cost? At Autoplex Collision Repair, we understand that unexpected accidents can leave you financially stressed. That's why we offer Repair Now, Pay Later. Start your repairs today and spread the payments over time so you don't have to wait to get back on the road. With flexible payment options, you get the repairs you need without the financial burden. Let's get you back on the road, worry-free. Visit fixrex.com to learn more and start your repair today.
story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors settled in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship with the finest materials available using time-honored and traditional methods. Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
Welcome back to halftime here. Southside leads here 21-zip. It was the first half where Southside jumped out to a quick 14-zip lead, and then saw some changes, Coach Pogue, by Little Rock Southwest, kind of changing their offense and defense. Really looked like it might have confused Southside just a bit, and then kind of played it even there for about the last 7-8 minutes of the quarter.
Well, they started running the football and to eat up the time, and then Southside saw that how many guys they had up there on the line of scrimmage, so they tried to throw it as much as they about every down almost, and they didn't have a lot of success the last 2 or 3 drives, I guess, and he also threw a pick, which was, I would have to say, pretty questionable, but that was a long ways away from us on the other side, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was a game in the first half where the game started out well for Southside. You get a 3-and-out to start the ball game. Southside gets the ball at the Little Rock Southwest 39-yard line. They hit a big, I believe they had 2nd and long. They hit a big pass play from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman to set them up there. And then you get the nice play to Wilson Key for the touchdown. And it was a 26-yard touchdown pass. But what was nice about the play, though, Coach, was the fact that Key made the man miss. He catches the ball down around the 10-yard line and then does kind of a stop step, and then the guy misses him and he runs in the end zone.
You see that a lot now where if your momentum is going one way and you put on the brakes and spin back the other way, and all the defensive guy, he's going towards you using it, and he breaks it back to the middle, and it's smart play. Smart play, receivers, they have to figure out ways to get themselves to yards after the catch, they call it. So
it doesn't hurt. Wilson's got a good little judo throw at the end of that thing too, man. He just gets that defender on the ground.
Yeah, speaking of Wilson Key, when Southside gets the ball again next time, they have a 5-play, 64-yard drive for a touchdown, and ended with a 3-yard touchdown pass from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman, the first of his 2 touchdowns of the night. But obviously the key play of that drive was kind of just ran a little screen there off the left side, and we thought Wilson Key was going to take it all the way to the house, but they catch him on about the 2-yard line, and Southside's able to get the touchdown. They now lead 14-zip.
Yeah, they try. I think they try to run the ball the first couple of times,
yeah,
and they stuffed them, and so threw the touchdown pass to Zimmerman, and that's getting up to 14-0. That's a good start, but. After that, they, other than that one drive they had, the offense kind of stalled.
Well, and that was kind of a key part of the game right there, as the teams kind of go back and forth on series, both teams having to punt. But then a key play in the ball game, Southwest is able to block a punt, a Wilson Key punt, recover at the 7-yard line, 1st and goal at the 7. The Southside defense steps up big, really takes them back and actually get them back at the 14-yard line and get a hold on the play, get the ball, take the ball over. Instead of being 14-7, it's still 14-zip. Southside then from the 13-yard line has a 6-play, 87-yard drive, and he ends with a 5-yard touchdown pass again from Blake Forsgren to his favorite target, Peyton Zimmerman. And how big is that, guys? That's a 14-point swing.
Right. That it looked like it's going to be 14-7, and then they stop them. They get a penalty, and then Blake had a big run on that one too. I think they threw it at least they potentially threw it on every down, but he scrambled for I don't know how many yards, about 30 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say 35, 40 yards.
Yeah, so.
And Coach, you kind of discussed this earlier. The next drive for Little Rock Southwest was really I thought their nicest drive of the night. They get a 15-play drive, not able to get any points out of it, but it was a nice drive. They really kind of changed the offense up. Before that, their biggest plays was the quarterback Vassar when the plays would break down, getting positive yardage. But this drive, they actually did a lot of working the running backs off tackle on a lot of the plays. And as you said, accomplished two things. You moved down with a chance to score points, also work that clock.
Right. You know, they need to shorten the game, and you got to do that by you're going to have to run the ball, particularly if you don't throw it very well. And if you have a lot of incompletions, you stop the clock. It gives the other team an opportunity to be able to score more. And, you know, that's what happened to them last week when they played Lufkin, Texas. You know, and so, you know, Lufkin got up on them early, and they kept throwing the football, and the score just, you know, Lufkin, I don't know how many points they scored, but I know they
76, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it was
scored a bunch.
It was a lot. But it's kind of a twofold thing too. It kind of compounds when you get in that situation, because then your defense also has to be out there the whole time. And you know, once they get not just tired, but once they get, you know, discouraged, it makes for a long game for that defense.
Yeah, Jim, when you look at the game so far tonight, it's been a game where Southside's ahead 21-zip, but they jumped out quickly 14-zip, and then just it kind of both teams, actually I'd say Southwest settled down a bit and was able to kind of slow the game down. But it's been a game, too, and really on both sides for both teams. There's been a lot of penalties called. There's been some penalties on Southside that, you know, jumping off sides on offense, you know, having your linemen jump in the neutral zone on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
That was a big one right there. And then on defense, jumping off sides on a blitz, you know, jumping in the neutral zone. You've got to be more disciplined than that. And then obviously what you guys were talking about on the punt, not blocking those guys coming up the middle, that was an easy block.
He just came untouched.
Mm-hmm.
And
came clean.
Yeah, and I guess they just felt like that he wasn't going to get there. I don't know. He's got to chip him or he got to block him better than what they did. So and the next time they punted, they corrected it. So, you know, they haven't punted very much the last two games.
No, they haven't.
So. No, and Coach, as we talked about, and Terrell, as we talked about, was just it's a game right now. You're still in the non-conference schedule. If you're going to make mistakes, you need to make them tonight.
Get them done now.
Get it figured out.
Get them on tape.
Get it worked out, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, and get that worked out to where next week, hopefully that won't happen. And, you know, when we step forward going to that conference, it will be good, ready to play. And I know, you know, we're 21-zip right now. Things are looking pretty good right now. There's a pretty good chance that this team's probably going to go 3-0. 3-0 last year.
3-0 last year,
So it really, yeah. So I think what I do see from this team, though, is I think it's been a lot more impressive 3-0 this year as opposed to last year.
Especially on the defensive side, yeah.
Particularly on defense, you're right. They've done a better job defensively. Because if you remember last year, you know, what was the score?
A lot of points. You know, that's right, against us.
Even against this Southwest team, they scored like 40 points against them.
Well, Northside was a close game.
Yeah,
a lot of scoring both sides.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Southside came back. And, yeah, you're right about this game last year. We actually jumped out on these guys last year.
Right.
And they came back, and, you know, that may play into the second half as to what happens here. But you want Southside, they'll get the ball to start the second half. You want them to come out here and let's make some things happen on the offensive side of the ball. Let's get some points and try to put this game away if we can here in the third quarter. You're playing a team, too. And, Coach, we talked about this Southwest team. They've yet to score a point this year. You had that really nice 15-play drive. You get no points out of it, and you miss that field goal. And at what point, as a coaching staff, as a group of players, do you think, are we ever going to score a point before the season's over?
I don't know. I don't know if I've been in that. I don't know if I've been in that situation, but that's tough. I mean, it is. But you know, you just kind of try to stay positive. It just, you know, hopefully that you know, they had an opportunity down there when they had the fit. But what happened when they got down there? They had the penalty, and you know, a team like this, you can't make those mistakes, and so that put them behind the 8 ball, and Southside was able to hold them. They threw a pass in the end zone on 4th down and then didn't connect, and so.
Well, you gotta hate it for the Griffins, but I'll tell you this: I'm a Southside fan, and I say if you can keep a goose egg up there, keep it up there. I like seeing this defense play like this.
Well, the way they're going right now, after the first 3 ball games, if you gave up the late touchdown last week against Little Rock Central, but if you go by the starting defense, basically in 3 ball games, if they were able to pitch a shutout tonight, giving up 7 points in 3 ball games, that's pretty impressive for your defense. I can't remember a Southside team in a long time, defensive-wise, that has done that.
Defensively has been Southside's Achilles' heel the last, been a while.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been able to score points, but is keeping them other teams out of the end zone. You look at last year, they had Mountain Home, and then, and then you look at Shiloh, they're up 20-something, and, Shiloh scored, 35 in the second half. Van Buren, it's just, it's been a kind of a common denominator with Southside is their defense has been the issue.
At least in the second half. I mean, going back a few years, you've played a lot of really good first halves. I mean, I remember even, what was it, 3 years ago? I mean, I think we're the only team in the state that had a chance to beat Fayetteville all year long, and that's really about the best defensive game we played in 3 seasons.
Right.
So that's what I'm looking at right now. That's really kind of my bright spot on this team. Not to take anything away from that offense. They're producing about exactly what I expect them to be producing, but they're looking better doing it too, and that's what I'm looking forward to watching the rest of this season is just keep it going. Well,
the thing with the offense, though, guys, is I don't think they're clicking like they can. I think there's a lot of things that they can do better, and it may just be progress during the season, but we've talked about this, guys, on several occasions. It comes down to the turnovers a lot of times in ball games, and if Southside can take care of that football, don't know how many penalties. They've had several penalties tonight. Of course, both teams have. But, you eliminate some of those penalties, eliminate the turnovers, and as you all were talking about late in the half there, and I think Coach Pogue alluded to that, we had a chance maybe at an interception here on about the 25-yard line, I believe it was, Coach. And, you got to make those plays.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you get those opportunities, you got to come up with them. And then, Southside's got to be able to – they got to be able to run the football. I mean, maybe it's because they felt like they could go and throw the ball against this team because they're all jamming on them and up in the line of scrimmage.
9-man front.
Yeah, and there are not a lot of running lanes. I don't know. But you got to be able to – and that's where, to me, sometimes where you take your offensive line and you bring in that extra lineman and say, okay, I'm going to – Zach, my wheel on you. We're going to run the ball no matter what. And,
we hadn't really seen that overloaded line yet today.
Not. They did it one time when it was 3rd and 2, and they jumped.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Exactly. Again, we're at the half, folks. Southside leads 21-zip. Be back. We're going to come back here and talk a little bit about the conference, some of the teams in the conference. Be back in just a bit. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors settled in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship with the finest materials available using time-honored and traditional methods. Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter. The people we care about and care for. The folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end of season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
At Autoplex Collision Repair, we're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Autoplex.
Welcome back. Here, Southside leads 21-zip. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about the 6A West Conference this year. We kind of touched on it briefly a couple of weeks ago, but you look at the teams in it. Obviously, Greenwood, probably the favorites to win everything. They've been that way for the last 3 or 4 years with Coach Chris Young, and Shiloh Christian every year just seems like they're the other team that's tough to beat. But another team that's really good is Mountain Home. We'll play those guys next week.
Oh, they're tough. That's what I remember about those guys. Every time you play them, you're gonna have to play hard on every snap. They'll make you pay on every mistake.
Mountain Home will be a big obstacle for them because they have to travel, and it'll be 3 weeks in a row. So they're going to be, they got the quarterback back, and I think they have the running back. So they're going to be they'll be tough, particularly up there.
But the nice thing about making all of our mistakes in this game is you'll have that long bus ride to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
going up there. So
well, you got that game coming up. Then obviously, you kind of look ahead with Shiloh. We'll get Shiloh at home, and those guys seem to have a solid team every year. We played them tough last year. The first half actually had them down. I believe, Terrell, it was 20-3 at halftime, and then the turnovers, mistakes took over the second half. But it was a game where, even though we were ahead 20-3, you didn't feel comfortable because a lot of those 20 points were after turnovers, and we had a couple of plays where I think we had Wilson Key and Peyton Zimmerman get one-on-one opportunities for touchdowns.
and every one of those points was in the first half.
Yeah,
That's what really worried us.
And so you go on then, of course, and you look at Lake Hamilton, good team. That they come to Southside. Looks like if you kind of look at the other end, maybe Van Buren's struggling a bit right now. They'll probably get together time they play Southside. They'll be late in the year. And then you got Siloam Springs, I think, is really struggling at this point right now. And it looks like, just looking at the scores, haven't got to see any film on these guys, but Russellville looks like they're really struggling right now. A big 40-zip loss to Sylvan Hills last week.
Well, I think the top end of the conference with Greenwood, Mountain Homes, Shiloh, I think those three in particular, I think Southside could, if they could knock off one of those three, I think they could finish in the top three, because I think they'll be able to. I think they can handle the other four teams, like Hamilton, Van Buren, Russellville, and Shiloh. So, and I don't think Greenwood is invincible because they've had to squeak out 2 games, even though they're against 7A West teams.
Right.
They're not Fayetteville or Bentonville. They're
Rogers.
Or Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers is
They're
tough.
Bentonville West and Harbor.
Yeah, I think it was the Harbor game, 43-42.
Yeah,
So
they had to
Greenwood
score,
last week, yeah.
had to score with 15 seconds to go to beat them.
yeah, they still got Kane Archer, so they're definitely the prohibitive favorites. Just kind of like, you look at 7A. I was talking to some folks about the 7A Central Conference. I think it's really down this year, except for one team, Bryant. They're probably the best team in the state. So,
yeah.
It kind of comes and goes. But I think Southside, I really think if the defense keeps playing like they're playing, and I think the offense is going to need to get a little bit better, going to have to improve on some things. And if they do, I think that, as you said, Coach Pogue, I think this team can finish anywhere and probably get maybe a home game or two in the playoffs, and
I'd
get
be
the right break and maybe play up through Thanksgiving.
I'd be okay with that considering this first month. I mean, let's take some home games for the playoff for once.
Southside looking like they're going to
onside kick it.
Southwest may onside kick it here.
That might be something that they.
Looks like they may go to the left side here. There is an onside kick, and somebody better get on that. And looks like it's Maddox Perez.
It's an onside kick that went as far as a squib.
Well, a lot of times you just try to kick it in between them and not try to outrun them.
Coach, I always go back to, you'll remember this, I can never say his last name, Klink, that played a few years ago, linebacker for Southside with Coach Williams.
Yes.
They used to try to run a play where they would do an onside kick. They would pooch it down to about the 40-yard line. He would try to run underneath and catch the ball. And it actually worked. There's going to be a pitch out that's going to be Terrell Warren on the pitch, going to get about 8 yards. Kind of a culmination of what we saw at the end of the first half.
They had 8 guys between the tackles. They're selling out to now they're.
You think Southside, as you said before the half, might be trying to impose their will a little bit? Yeah. There's a first down.
Well, I think
here's the thing: if you just sit back here and throw, and then you have to the run. They got to be able to run it a little bit to take some of the pressure off of.
Well, it works your play action if you can run the football. Southside goes trip set, wide side of the field. Just starting the second half here. Southside leads 21-0. Looks like they're going to bring some heat off that left side. Here's a handoff to Warren. I'll tell you, he's about one step away. And I'm going to be interested to see what this penalty is. They threw the flag. If it's a hold,
I guarantee that's what it's going to be, Keith.
I thought maybe it might have been a face mask.
It was a face mask, but they called the hold. Figured that's what it's going to be where they threw that flag. Who threw that, coach? Umpire?
What do you think? He's thrown about every one of them.
Another one of those 11.
No. The field judge and the side judge, they've thrown a couple of holding calls too, particularly if they're on the outside.
Be first and 20 for the Mavs. Again, they're coming with the heat. That's an interesting formation when it's first and 20 and you basically sail out for the run. Not sure what the thinking is on the Southwest staff here, and they're going to hand the ball off and
just running people through.
You're going to lose about 3 yards.
Well, they're bringing 2 more than we can block.
Exactly.
Got 10:33 to go here, third quarter. Southside leads 21-0. It'll be second down, second and 23 for the Mavs. Hurt by a big holding penalty on the Mavs. Yeah, this officiating crew's been the stars of the night. There's been at least 15 penalties in this ball game. Not saying that they all weren't penalties, but going to throw a screen pass. I love the setup. That's Terrell Warren. He's got an open field at the 45. He's at midfield. 45 to 40 down to the 38-yard line, 36-yard line.
Good call.
All he needs is a little ball.
I mean, when your 2 inside linebackers are usually responsible for the back out of the backfield, or one, at least one guy, or either that or the safety, and you get a block on the edge, and then you get your lineman out. That's how you slow down that rush.
Plus, it gets Terrell Warren involved in the ball game too.
Yes.
There's another handoff to Warren. There's a nice hole off the left side. It's going to get down to about the 30-yard line.
I don't think that's Warren. I think
I think they did those switcheroo. I think
that's that little.
Was that Vinthong in the ball game?
Yeah.
Good job, though, by Landon Grimm along with Mark Rodriguez opening the hole up off that left side. Here's a handoff again to Vinthong. That's a nice move, and, boy, he just keeps them moving, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I like what he did, guys. He got stopped, but then he falls forward for that extra yard.
Yeah, he hits a hole fast.
This will be the 7th play of the opening drive for Southside. We've got 9:14 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. There's Van Thong again. Actually, he's a keeper. That's Forsgren on the inside, gets inside the 10 down to about the 4-yard line. That's a nice carry-out fake.
Yes, it was.
You thought it too.
I did too. Yeah, he did. I thought that he had the ball, and when I realized he didn't have the ball, is when he kind of bent over like he did, you know. So that was a.
There was a handoff to Van Thong, cuts it to the inside of the goal line. Let's see. Touchdown, Southside.
Good for him.
Coach Key must have heard me.
There you go.
Well, he liked that fake so much on the previous play that Colton Van Thong gets the ball. He did some good running. And I like that too, guys. What I've seen so far is the combination of Terrell Warren along with Colton Van Thong really has kind of been a little bit of a dynamic change, but it's really very effective for Southside as they now lead here 27-zip, pending the extra point. Alex Little on the snap. Your ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. Southside now leads 28-zip. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Welcome back to action here. There was a nice 8-play, 65-yard drive for the Mavs, and they overcame a 10-yard penalty. Actually, the big play of that drive was a screen pass on 2nd and 20 to Terrell Warren, who made a nice gain of about 32 yards to get the first down for the Mavs, and then Colton Van Thong finished off the drive with a 4-yard touchdown run. Southside now leads 28-zip. They've got 8:52 to go here in the third quarter. Gentlemen, that's the way you want to start the quarter.
Absolutely. Do a little stopping here on defense, and then put the mercy rule on them.
Coach, are you a little surprised that they didn't have their safeties back in there after that seemed to be a little successful for Southwest there at the end of the half?
Are you talking about up there on the line of scrimmage?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how they. Ooh, that was a good hit. They at the end of the half, they started backing them up a little bit, and so. I know they were sending their linebackers on every play.
We've got another flag on the play. I'm assuming this is going to be on Southwest because there was nobody around from Southside. That's number 13, Van Thong, down there. He scores the touchdown, then gets the hit. We'll see what this penalty is. I'm interested to see what this one's going to be because they threw the flag late.
They're looking like they're going to step off the wrong direction, Keith.
Yeah, this might be a sideline warning. Coach is not happy. Well, guys, I didn't see it. All I'm going to say is Southside was out of that scrum. It was all Southwest players. Then the flag goes up. How you commit a personal foul when you're not even there, I don't know.
They had to have heard something is all I can think of.
You don't think it could have been that coach?
Yeah.
1st and 10, they'll run the ball with Jackson. They're going to be hit. He'll get about 3 or 4 yards up to the 40-yard line. That's Webb Norman over there for the Southside defense. Webb Norman's played a lot here in the second half, guys. Actually, in the first half.
Norman's is one of the better sophomores they have.
They got Zeke Thomas in at middle linebacker right now. He's second down, second and about 6.
That was a false start.
The handoff to Jackson's going to get positive yardage. We'll get to about the 45-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 1. We've got 8 minutes to go here exactly. Southside leads 28-0. Fellas, I don't think you're going to see this refereeing crew in Little Rock anytime soon for doing any state championship games.
You never know.
Well, that's true. 3rd down, 3rd and 1 for the Griffins. Southside going to come with the blitz, and he ran right past. That's a good job by Vassar, and he's going to the open field, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone to the 20, 15, inside the 15, down to about the 5-yard line. I believe that was Dwight Johnson getting back. That's a good play by Johnson to, you got him in the open field like that. You're expecting 6, guys.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that we've been worried about all night. Break one of their plays up, and then that guy takes off for it.
Well, that's been their big play of the night, has been when the play breaks down. And give credit to Vassar. He's done a really good job.
Yeah, he's got good vision out there.
He's shown enough shiftability. I think he can make a running back for a team, too. Here's a run up the middle. He's going to be hit and going to be down to about the 2-yard line, bring up 2nd goal for the Griffins. We've got 7 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Southside leads 28-0.
Well, I'd make him the central focus of particularly the running game.
Oh, there's a nice defensive play. Was that Warren in
Malachi,
there?
yeah. Yeah, so I think they got Cooper in there now. They're going like back and forth between traditional and Wildcat.
Yeah, they checked into the ballgame. I think Jackson was at running back, too. And I think you're right. That looks like Cooper back there, the bigger one.
Now they go to a pistol set.
Yeah. I'll hand the ball off to Cooper, and he's going to be hit, and there's nothing. I'll tell you, this Southside defense.
I love it.
Yeah.
Listen, they
gonna make you earn it.
They probably know they haven't scored a touchdown, and they don't want to be the first team they score on.
Well, and here's the key, too, guys. If you get a stop here in this situation, we go back to Dwight Johnson making that play, tackling Vassar.
And you don't think about it, but that's to knock him out of bounds at the 5. So you're right.
Give you a chance to keep him out.
He's going to keep it on this one. Nope.
Going to hand it off, and they're going to hit him. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown.
They'll now make him pay for it.
It's Cooper on the touchdown. My question on it is, we get the personal foul over here. Cooper scores the touchdown, jumps up, and starts staring down at somebody.
What are you saying, home cooking?
All I'm saying is, no, there ain't home cooking because I don't think either team's getting a decent call tonight. So
I think that's fair.
Nice drive, though, by Little Rock Southwest. 9 plays, 54 yards. One hop extra point coming up to get the ball down, up, and it's good. We've got 5:33 to go here. Southside leads 28-7. We'll be back with the Griffin kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
At Autoplex Collision Repair, we're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Autoplex.
I think so.
Welcome back. That was an 8-play drive, 54 yards for Little Rock Southwest. That's our first touchdown of the year as they cut the lead to Southside. Now it's 28-7 for Southside. 5:33 to go here. Let's see what they want to do, guys, if they're going to come back with another onside kick. Both teams have had the ball once here. Both teams able to get pay dirt. We'll see what Southside does here with their second possession of the second half. Looks like what he's trying to do, guys, is just trying to find an open spot. Now he's going to pooch kick it, and it's going to be returnable. That's Vinthong on the return. Is going to get a good run back across the 30 up to about the 34-yard line.
He took a shot on that one.
I will say this about Little Rock. Even though they've had, they have not, that was their first touchdown. They are competing. There's not because of lack of effort.
No, I agree with that. I mean, it's 28-7. They were down a quick 14-zip to start the ball game. And it's been, for the most part, you can say that it's been fairly even for the last quarter and a half.
When Wilson had the long run, hey, he got caught. I mean, they didn't give up. And see, they're sending people. And
I believe that's Malachi Warren in the ball game now. That's first look he's had. He's going to get about 4 yards. Brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. Got 5:10 to go here against Southside, leads 28-7. Yeah, they're kind of going back to a little bit more traditional defense, aren't they, guys?
Got that single high safety.
Yeah.
Going to pitch it out. That's Warren on the pitch out. Makes a nice move and fights his way. Makes a good. Should have the first down, and he got a very poor spot. He actually reached across the 45, but it will be a first down for the Mavs. I like what he did, guys, on the pitch out. He actually turned it up quickly and then got that positive yardage. That's one where you could try to – I think we saw him last week try to push one outside and then get tackled. That time he pushed it up, got the first down.
Get vertical.
1st and 10 for the Mavs. There's a handoff. That's Terrell Warren. Actually, no, I think that's Vinthong back in the ball game. Get about 3 or 4 yards, actually 3 yards on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 7. Again, Southside leads here at 28-7. We've got exactly 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Both teams have had the ball on one possession. Both teams have scored here in the second half. Southside go with a stack formation, strong right. Here's a keeper by Forsgren. That's a nice defensive play over there.
Yeah, he caught him from behind.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good read. He just got caught from behind the guy who was coming in off the edge.
A little shoestring action.
Yeah.
Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. Coach, is what you were saying at halftime about trying to impose your will. That's kind of what the Mavs have done here a lot in the second half, really trying to establish that running game.
Well, they've gone the Southwest has gone more to traditional defense. They got 2 high safeties, and they don't come in off the edge.
It's a nice pitch. That's Vinthong is going to be close. Could be about a yard short.
That was a good tackle, though.
I believe Southside probably go for it here with 2:51 to go here. Be 4th and 1 for the Mavs. Going to bring in the big guys. Joey Dabina will check in the ball game along with Maddox Perez. Malachi Warren going to come in. I believe it's Malachi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or Terrell.
Terrell. Is it Terrell?
I think it's Terrell. In the ball game for the Mavs, they'll go strong, right? There's a nice cut back, and he's going to have the first down and will fight his way down across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Coach Tad Stewart loves to see that when they're able to move the pile like that. And
they don't love to see that, though.
That ain't the number you want to see limping.
Is that Castling going out?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody jerked his helmet off, too.
Yeah. After rolling up on him.
Well, they've hit the penalty limit tonight. So,
I think so.
They're paid so much commission on those. And 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the 39-yard line. First pass of this drive is going to be a screen pass set up. It was set up nicely, too, and just I
think we hit our lineman in the back.
Like the call, guys.
It was set up.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10. 1:33 to go here in the third quarter. Southside leads 28-7. I still go back to my point, too, guys. I'd like to see Southside, before they get out or not, maybe find that third receiver that can step up, maybe catch a couple of passes to kind of give Mountain Home something to think about next week. They're going to throw the ball here. It's going to be incomplete. Try to get that to Peyton Zimmerman over there, incomplete. Bring up third down.
Trying to figure out what Peyton was pointing at. I think he might have been pointing at the scoreboard. I think somebody was talking to him a little bit over there on that sideline.
Sorry, folks, we're listening to a coach up here that
got quite a vernacular.
Yeah, there's a nice inside screen. That's Peyton Zimmerman. He's going to break away. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Southside.
There's just some vernacular.
Late play drive for the Mavs. That was 66 yards. I like the combination, guys, of running the football, and then that time I think it goes back to the case of nobody being in the middle of the field.
That's it, yep.
And
take what they give you.
You get you one good block and then let him be an athlete and let him do the rest.
Yeah, I think we may have sure what's going on here. We have a timeout. They got the ball girls out there on the field.
They must have somebody that's injured or something. I don't know. They usually don't.
Good job, though, by Southside. And give credit to that big offensive line. Did a solid job on that series. So bring Rodrigo Hernandez in for the extra point. Extra point's up, and it's good. Southside now leads 35-7. We'll be back with the Mav kickoff after this. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
At Autoplex Collision Repair, we're not just about fixing cars. We're committed to providing the best customer experience. Our team is here to guide you through every step of the repair process. We make it easy, transparent, and stress-free. And with convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, your repair is always close to home. At Autoplex, your satisfaction is our priority. Visit fixrex.com to schedule your repair today and see why customers trust Autoplex.
Welcome back to action here. A nice drive by the Mavs. 8 plays, 66-yard drive for the touchdown. A nice pass completion from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman. Southside now leads 35-7. Gentlemen, a good drive by Southside. Wanted to make this comment. I wanted to make it after the extra point, but, Rodrigo Hernandez perfect on extra points this year.
Automatic.
Don't like the old announcer jinx, so we'll get that out of there. Here's a kick. It's going to be a good kick that's going to be fielded at the goal line. He's going to have a chance to run this back and makes the first man miss. And
the second, third.
Got a chance here. We get across the 40, and we got a flag on the play. Going to have a holding call. I believe they're going to get Jackson, I think, on the hold.
Yeah.
Did you see who made that tackle, Keith? Your kicker.
Well, Southside, everything we talked about in the pregame, the special teams, and things we talked about, and the penalties and stuff like that. A lot of things we got to improve on before next week.
That is just they kicked it to one side of the field and he ran it all the way back to the. And I will say this: most of the time, if they set up some kind of wall return or any return, they're going to return it back to their bench.
Well, Southside actually, I thought overall had a pretty decent coverage. You had Warren over here, but he was taking away the outside, and he turned it back inside.
And you got to have people and that's where the kick returner speed. He just outran Southside to that edge.
They got Jackson on the holding penalty, though, and they'll bring it back, we think. I'll talk to Coach Dameron about this. Got 1:05 to go here. Southside leads 35-7.
You know what I hadn't heard on kickoff all night? First down. That drove me.
Are they not doing that?
I hadn't heard it.
Yeah.
Is it not?
It is a first down. No, I mean, factually it is correct, but it just
doesn't go down the books as a first down.
No.
Yeah. But it was kind of comical, though.
It
when we got
was.
to hear that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
They called a penalty on Southside.
Yeah, and then declined it.
No, it's offsetting penalty.
Okay.
So that ball will come back to about the 40-yard line.
So you have a re-kick.
Well, that's a break for Southside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the penalty on Southside?
I didn't see it.
I only saw him signal the one.
I saw the one flag. It's the only flag I saw. And then there's another one down here, I guess, on this side. I go back to my same thing I always say when I start seeing a game lag like this and the game gets this, where you're calling a lot of penalties. They need to tell them referees that Denny's closes for an hour early. So if you're going to get that Grand Slam breakfast, you better get out there. Coach Pogue's going to give it to me after the game.
About what?
The referees. There's just been a lot of stuff.
It's a tough job.
It is, and
it really is.
They've not. I'm going to say this about this crew: they've not called for one team or the other. It's just been a lot. It's been both teams have had a lot of penalties, and it almost really seems like a first game of the year as opposed to a third game of the year. That's one job I wouldn't do. I've told you guys about my experiences being an umpire one summer, and I would never do it again.
I put in my time as an umpire when I was a teenager. I learned my lesson early.
Yeah, guys, I'm a pretty sensitive guy, and I couldn't take the abuse that some of those coaches were giving me. So,
not like you gave them.
Yeah, no, that was Pat McCarty that actually did a lot of the. I sat back and watched him. That's what it was. We were offsides.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a nice
That's
call.
your play, Coach.
Yeah, and let's see what the flag's going to be.
He's going to say, don't run it to the wrong end zone.
Yeah, that was a nice play, though, for Southside. That was David France. They're going to call. I think Southside was offside.
Southside was offsides, but what are they going? I mean, he didn't throw the flag until he caught the ball.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. The timing of the flag.
I know the rule is that you can't you cannot bounce it like that one time and like the high bounce anymore.
And we're fixing to have another conference here to figure this out.
I know they take a lot of time in between trying to figure things out.
I call offsides. So he was offsides, guys. He was.
Oh, there's no doubt.
No, but I know exactly.
There's no doubt. But when you're offsides, it's like when you're offsides on defense, you blow the whistle immediately and kill the play. You don't let it discontinue. And I guess on kickoffs, they.
Well, the problem with the call too was he threw the flag way after the play. I mean, it was like he had to think about it to make the call, and that. Well, I think he made the right call. It's never a good look. So Southside will kick off from the 35-yard line.
Do it again.
It's going to be a long third quarter, guys. Terrell, hope you got that GPS going because I'm not sure how we got out of here.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a adventure for sure.
Well, now they're going to kick off from the 40 again. That would be wrong. Should be the 35. Well, yeah, he's going to move it back.
They're bringing it back now.
I like the call, though. I don't know why Coach is doing that. I mean, you're ahead 35-7, but you get that chance to maybe get in the mercy rule and get out of here.
Well, I've always said if you're going to do that play, do it when they don't expect it. I'm not sure they were really expecting it at that time because kind of had an open catch.
Well, you just had a cat run it back about 50 yards, so I can,
Yeah, you avoid that too.
Yeah.
There's a kick. It's going to be he's going to kind of boot it down. They're going to run it to the side again. And tell you what, he got the sideline again, guys. That's Dwight Johnson over there to run him out of bounds.
I think, like Coach said, I think they're trying to set up a little wall return or something over here on this sideline.
Yeah, most teams will run if they have a wall return, they'll run it to their bench.
What I will say about this offense and the special teams for the Griffins is the fact I don't think we've seen, obviously, third game of the year, this is definitely the quickest team we've seen this year by far.
Oh, yeah.
Which really surprises me, not so much in the Lufkin, Texas game, because that team is really good, but that Lake Hamilton game, beating them like they did, there's going to be a double pitch reverse, and it's got an open field, and going to get about 8 yards. Bring up second down, second. Actually, I'll give him 9. Second down, second and 1. We're down to 50 seconds to go here, third quarter. Southside leads 35-7. A little trickery there for the Griffins. This may be the last play. There's a handoff again. That's going to have him in the backfield. He's going to get away.
Oh, my gosh. They just held our cornerback, just grabbed a hold of him. And
it was Isaac Parker that chased him out of bounds.
But, see, that's the play. They went one way, and then it wasn't there, so he cuts it back. And then he just outruns.
There's a ball on the ground, and they kick it around and going to run it out of bounds. Going to be a big loss there. Derek Vassar will chase the ball down. Now we've got 2 injured players for the Griffins. Going to have a timeout here. With that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sport. And actually, it's the end of the third quarter too, guys. So let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
An accident can leave you feeling stuck, uncertain of where you can go. At Autoplex, we specialize in getting your vehicle repaired quickly and accurately. Our expert technicians use the latest tools and OEM parts to restore your car to its pre-accident condition. With precision and care, we ensure your car looks and performs as if the accident never happened. Ready to get your car back on the road? Visit fixrex.com to start your repair today.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
Consumer notice. Interest rates are at a 22-year high. To gauge the demand for lower rates, or Chevrolet of Fort Smith is holding a great percent event. 1.9% financing for 60 months on select models is in effect. New 2023 Silverado 1500s, new 2023 Equinox, new 2023 Trailblazers. 1.9% financing. Plus, get over $3,000 in or extra value. Or Chevrolet of Fort Smith.
You always get more at Or.
Welcome back to action here. They've got both of the young men off the field, looking at them there in the tent. Hopefully everything's okay. As we start the fourth quarter, Southside leads 35-7. It will be second down, second, and looks like about 21 yards to go. So he had a awkward play there. Now they're going to hand the ball up the middle. He's going to be hit after about maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain. Brings up third down. Third and about 16. They've kind of gone back, Coach, to that, trying to get that running game going again. But
you know, the quarterback is so elusive that you know, on any opportunity. Okay.
There's a breakaway for a chance first down.
Golly.
Be first and 10 for Little Rock Southwest.
They have 2nd and 22, and
well, Coach, that was third and 15.
And they just run it up the middle, run some kind of ISO or inside zone.
But that was at Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That they ran.
I don't
big
know. I can't tell the numbers.
Got Jackson back in the ball game. He'll get the handoff here. Going to get about maybe 3 yards.
And you know they have 2 backup linemen in there because two of those guys that came off the field.
I think Southside's working a few.
I'm sure they've got a mixture of starters and you know, giving some guys some experience.
Bring up second down, second at about 6. There's a bad snap again, and ball on the ground. Southside with a chance to get it. They're going to pick it up and get the ball back across the 45 up to the 46-yard line.
That was a mistake. They could have jumped on that thing, and they decided to try to scoop it, and now it's our ball.
Who recovered it?
We did.
I know, but which one?
Was it done?
That's what I was trying to see if it was done, or trying to think if it might have been safer, actually, 52. We had 2 or 3 people there with a chance to get it. Again, we got 10-14 to go here. Southside had 35-7. Big series here for the Mavs. They can go down and get a touchdown, put this game into the mercy rule.
But I like what Southwest was trying to do. I mean, you know.
It was working.
Yeah.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line as Forsgren wants to throw. Will throw the ball over the middle. Has an open receiver, and that's Wilson Key. You don't see that very often.
No.
Ball was a bit behind, but still, that's a play he'll normally make. Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Again, we've got 10:09 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35-7. Bring up second down, 2nd and 10. Going to pitch it out here. There's Terrell Warren on the pitch out. He's got an open field. He's at the 45. Inside the 45, inside the 35. They swung him forward for about 8 more yards. Yeah, that's a nice run, though. Guys, what I like about Terrell Warren, when you watch him run the football, those legs are moving all the time.
Well, and we get onto him a little bit for how he holds that ball out there, but sometimes I think he holds that ball out there to get them to go for that ball and then throw him forward. Seems like that's how it always ends up working out, but we have seen him put the ball on the ground a couple times with it too.
First and 10 for the Mavs at the Southwest 33-yard line. There's a handoff, a nice move by Warren. He's not going to get a lot of yardage, but he's going to get probably 2 yards, but
didn't go backwards.
Yeah, the spin move got him to the line of scrimmage. I'll give him actually 1 yard on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 9. We've got 9:15 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35-7.
We got to do a better job picking up those linebackers.
Coach, each game you see something different that
yeah.
And that's good in the fact that it gives you something to work on each week that you can maybe anticipate as the season goes on. On a throw here, it's going to be an inside screen. That's to Wilson Key, and they're going to play that well. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down. Actually, they'll spot him for about a yard loss.
That's
that time we missed our first block.
Sure did. And, you know, the thing about Southwest, they do have speed.
Mm-hmm.
For one, because they can get up there on our receivers and match. You know, you can't just You think when they're like this, we're just going to go play one-on-one and just
We've seen the speed the whole ball game, whether it be on here's a pass to the end zone, and
he's throwing some strikes though.
that's 2 in a row.
Coach, you ever get on those receivers for having their hands upside down?
Like this.
Yeah, catching it like a bread basket instead of the old diamond.
Coach, that's the one too. I know we talked about last week that he had the one that.
Well, that one should have. He should have just thrown it up everywhere and let him run underneath it. I mean, he had to step on the guy, and he tried to, throw his fastball in there, and that's
Let him go play center field.
right.
If they may want to come with a blitz here again, 4th and 9 for the Mavs. They'll go for it here with 8:06 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35-7. Forsgren looks to throw. He's got time to throw. He's going to be sacked in the backfield.
Just bringing too many guys to block.
And we're down to 8:01 to go here. That was your chance really to get in there, guys. You had the touchdown on the post that was there, and there was 2 drops on that series, wasn't there? Yeah, that's not. It's very uncharacteristic of Southside. I think too, it kind of plays into it. Part of it is you're playing a team that really has struggled the first 2 ball games of the year, and I think sometimes maybe you lose a little bit of that focus, and I think that's what you've seen with this Southside team tonight. Instead of it's got to be workmanlike sometimes. There's another bad snap. And
got to watch him now.
Well, they trapped him in good. They didn't have much to go there.
Right.
I think that was I
think Pruitt's out there.
Yeah, and that was Thad Sexton. They brought in the sophomore linebacker was out there and actually was able to bring him back. He got back fairly close to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd at about 12. 7:51 to go here. Maybe that's a new play, guys. That's about the 3rd time we've seen that. Maybe snap it, let him improvise, snap it over his head and let him run.
Coach is just telling the center.
Yeah. And 2nd down, they'll hand the ball to Jackson. There's not much there. Still makes a nice run on the play, gets across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. Actually, spotted at the 46-yard line. Be 3rd down, 3rd and 8. We're down to 7:34 to go here. Southside comfortably ahead, 35-7. Getting to see a lot of these young sophomore players into the ball game. As Vassar wants to throw. Going to take the ball deep down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Darian McGrew on the coverage for the Mavs. Now, the Southwest team, though, guys, from what I've seen, though, where they're going to struggle is a lot of teams are going to play a lot of press coverage on them because they've not shown the ability to go vertical down the field.
No. Their best plays is either running it straight ahead or improvising with the quarterback.
So they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You got too many people in the backfield. No, they moved up.
Now they're going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Consumer notice. Interest rates are at a 22-year high. To gauge the demand for lower rates, or Chevrolet of Fort Smith is holding a great percent event. 1.9% financing for 60 months on select models is in effect. New 2023 Silverado 1500, new 2023 Equinox, new 2023 Trailblazers. 1.9% financing. Plus, get over $3,000 in or extra value. Or Chevrolet of Fort Smith.
You always get more at Or.
Welcome back to action. Here we've got 7:14 to go here. Southside leads 35-7, and Terrell King told me he'd buy me a Coke if I call them the Zephyrs again. So we'll call them the Little Rock Southwest Zephyrs as they take on the Southside Rebels. How about that?
There you go.
Be 4th down, 4th, and let's see what they want to do here. They're going to go for it. Vassar has time to throw, still has time to throw. We'll throw the ball over the middle. It's going to be complete. going to get the first down inside the 35-yard line. They'll run him out of bounds at that point. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Guys, that's been something, though, that we were kind of bragging on this Southside team, but we've kind of seen it here in the second half. Now, obviously, part of it's because of all the substitution patterns that Southside has come up with, but they're going to run the ball at the middle. That's Cooper. Going to take it hard outside. He delivers the blow to the outside. But the fact is, though, they've had some third and longs. We saw the one on the previous series. They had a fourth and long there, and Southside needs to get off the field.
Yeah, you know, they only rushed 3, and he just sat back. That's the first time I've seen him actually deliver a ball. It was a pretty good pass.
He had time, too.
Yeah, he did.
He stayed in the pocket, number one. There's a handoff again to Cooper. He's going to take it to the outside. He's going to get close to the 10-yard line.
That wasn't a I don't know who it was, but
I think it was Keywan Collins out there and made the tackle.
Well, the only silver lining there is at least we are making them burn clock.
And we're down to 6:17. Again, Southside leads here 35-7. Yeah, the Southwest group, I was talking to some folks before the game, and they think that just within this area, and you think about it with Fair along, here's the play, going to run the ball outside with Jackson. He's going to be hit, and that's a good defensive play for Southside right there. And we've got a penalty flag on the play. Surprise, surprise. See what this is going to be. But talking to some folks before the ball game, they think if they can keep the kids in this neighborhood area playing, you talk about, Coach, you got Fair, you've got McClellan, those kids, there should be a number of kids, if they can keep them here, they can have a solid program for years.
Yes. Because at one time, Fair and McClellan was pretty good teams.
You know, we go back to Cedric Cobbs.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a holding call, be a 10-yard penalty. Bring up 1st and 20. Again, 6:03 to go here in the ball game. Going to roll, want to pass the ball. We'll take the ball to the end zone. He's got a wide open receiver for the touchdown.
I tell you what, he's got plenty of arm.
Got another flag on the play. This may be another hold, and I think I could give your guy that's getting called for it with his hands up.
An eligible receiver downfield. That's a tough call.
Real tough.
You know, that's just
well, when things have gone like they have for Southwest so far this year, you can kind of see it. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that happens. That was a nice play, though, guys. Good
oh,
pitch
yeah,
and catch.
it was a good throw, you know. And
bring it up first and 25. Again, 5:56 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35-7. And they were going to run the ball, and
fell down.
Fell down, but that you talk about breaking up a play. That's a nice play by Vassar. He's going to be hit and dropped after a nice gain on the play. We'll get down to about it's going to probably be about the 13-yard line.
this receiver just cracked on our, and he put his hands up because he said, "I didn't do that," and and it was a block in the back.
Well, those work really good, you know. Keith, I hope your fog lights work.
Yeah, it's kind of getting that way up here, isn't it? 5:20 to go here in the ball game. They're going to hand the ball off to Cooper. He's been a good.
I know. I'm surprised they hadn't run him a lot more tonight.
He's a load.
Yes, sir.
He runs straight up and down too, and I think your problem with Cooper is you got to hit him low, and they're hitting him too high, and he's getting that extra yardage. Bring up 3rd down. This is a very makeable 3rd down for Southwest. Be 3rd and about 7. And, guys, you think where they were at the beginning here at 1st and 25. So I think that's Cooper in the backfield taking the snap. He's going to take the snap, runs up the middle to the goal line, touchdown.
Yeah, that Wildcat looks pretty tough.
Gentlemen, I got to say, though, it's kind of been like it was last year. You know, we jumped out early last year and then just kind of put it
On cruise
in
control.
cruise control,
Autopilot.
and yeah, and it's they've cut into leads down to 21 now. Because Southside jumped out to a quick 14-zip lead.
Well, and you know, you hope that what you're seeing here is experience. You know, you're getting some new guys in, and they're getting some experience. They're making them work for their first downs, and I mean, later in the season, these snaps right here might be real big for some of these guys.
Yeah, but it's also a kind of game, though, you'd like to be able to put it away and then
Start the
get the
bus.
mercy rule, yeah, and then, save injury and such. But give Coach, as you were saying, give Southwest credit. These guys have really
They haven't quit.
battled.
They haven't quit.
I'll give you an example of that was that play when Vassar ran the ball off the side there, and he was stiff-arming our guy, and I think about 4 guys took him out of bounds.
Well, credit their coaching staff. I mean, those guys are all down there still coaching too.
Well, they've got a nice facility here.
It is nice.
And, yeah, it's
very nice.
But you guys are right. I think the fog's starting to come in.
It's getting a little heavy. I don't know if you can see that on the broadcast or not, looking at the field, but it's definitely starting to knock down some of the light.
Working in this dark reminds me of doing a game at Little Rock Fair where we had to turn the lights out in the press box. We were all together in the press box, and Pat McCarty will remember this. We were in the press box. I turned the lights on. They made me turn the lights out because of the mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of what this is like being here tonight. Thank goodness for cell phones. Southside will get the ball here. Got to suspect maybe an onside kick. As Southside leads 35-14, 4:41 to go here. And it will be an onside kick. And I believe that's Perez again. That's a good job by Perez, guys. That could have got – the initial man missed the ball, but Perez is right there to make the recovery.
Yeah. Perez has had a game. What are we going to call this time, Keith?
I don't know. I hope they don't spend 5 minutes talking about it.
Or illegal touching it.
Coach, have you ever heard of a referee tearing up his rotator cuff from throwing the flag too much? Is that possible?
I saw a coach I think might have thrown out a rotator cuff, throwing the flag back.
Evidently, he picked it up because that's.
There's a handoff, and nothing up the middle.
I believe that's Wynn, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Aiden Wynn checking in the ball game for the Mavs.
They got a whole new offensive line. They got a new quarter. Isn't that? That's not Blake, is it?
Mm-mm.
That's what's his name?
A new quarterback in the ball game is Paul David France.
Yeah.
He was the one they actually did the kickoff to on the onside kick and recovered it. Actually, he's not in the game. That's he's working as a slot receiver. There's a handoff up the middle. Going to get a pretty good run. I think that's
Aiden. Isn't that Aiden Wynn?
It's Aiden Wynn on the carry, but I'm trying to see. I think that's Nolovaki.
Yeah, no, that's the quarterback.
Yeah, Nolovaki in at quarterback for Southside. Bring up third down, third and about 4 for the Mavs. We've got 3:27 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35-14.
Would be nice if they would just run the football and keep the chains moving and run this, get the clock out. God, look at all them people up there.
And third down for Southside. That's Nolovaki going to hand the ball off to Wynn. He makes the first man miss and going to fight his way down. And
he's got the first down.
It's good blocking over there for Southside, too. I was looking on that one side. They got Will Bruce in there, the junior offensive lineman. I'll tell you what, he opened up a nice hole over there. Be first and 10 for the Mavs. And now we've got an injured Griffin on the play. They'll check him out of the ball game, and that should keep the clock running with 2:56 to go here. And, yeah, Southside probably about one first down away from being able to put this game in.
Well, that's
The 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for the Mavs. That's Nolovak will hand it off to Wynn. Wynn makes it the first man miss and
good job, Aiden.
Get positive yardage. Going to get about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd, and let's see where they spot it. Yeah, it'll be about 3 yards. 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs. Should be under 2 minutes before they have to run another play here. And Southside going to go to 3-0 this year. We'll return to action next week as we travel to Mountain Home and finish up the travel trifecta for the season. Be our first conference game. Southside going to run the clock down to 17 seconds on the play clock as Nolovaka looks to the sideline to get the play for the Mavs.
Well, I'm going to miss that game because I'm going to go watch mine, which I know I hadn't had opportunity this year, but I got a granddaughter that cheers for Rogers, and they play Northside next week. So
yeah, you'll get a good look at Rogers Mounties team. I think that
I've seen them a couple of times. I saw them really last year, and they put up 84 points last week against Sheridan, and so.
And looks like Southwest going to take a timeout here, and with that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
That's an unusual name.
Well, welcome back to action here. We've got 1:39 to go here. Southside leads 35-14, and timeout by Southwest. Guys, you know, you go back and forth on the timeouts. Just let the clock run out. But I like what the coaching staff at Southwest is doing.
Yeah.
Keep playing. Keep playing. Don't hand the ball off to Aiden Wynn. Going to be hitting the backfield, and they'll drop him for a loss. Clock will run down some here. They should be under a minute before they have to snap. Actually, they're going to have another timeout.
I got another timeout.
Let's go ahead and keep it here, guys. As you look at some of the things as far as tonight's ball game, some things, you know, obviously Southside's got some stuff they're going to have to work on this week, but that's what non-conference games are for.
Mm-hmm. Well, they'll have to play a lot better next week than they did tonight. Particularly, you know, they just minimizing the mistakes. I don't know, Blake threw the one interception, but the penalties, and at times I didn't think they tackled as well, but give credit to Southwest.
Well, and another thing too, I think it didn't seem like it's been kind of a struggle most of the year. The continuity between quarterback and receiver hasn't always been there. We saw it tonight. He hit three drop passes tonight. Right. 2 of them would have been touchdowns, and you got to correct that stuff because you're going to be playing some teams, and especially taking on a team next week that if they're going to wear you down if you don't if you have turnovers, you make mistakes. That's the type of team that Mountain Home team will wear you down. Look, it's De La Seuss in kicking for the Mavs. Dallas De La Seuss will be a fair catch at the 23-yard line. He does some good work, De La Seuss.
Yes, he does.
Might be your point guard in basketball this year.
You don't see him get rattled often.
His brother was a good kicker.
Yes, he was.
Well, and Coach Pogue, you'll like this. He's starting to get his golf game together, too.
That's what I heard. That's what his mom was telling me last week.
Yeah, he played a heck of a tournament out at Eagle Crest this week.
Again, we've got 1:18 to go here. Southside leads 35-14.
Missing somebody.
He's going to come in, and he gets a running start on the play. They're going to take the ball deep down the field, and there's a wide-open receiver. Catches it at the 20-yard line, at the 15, at the 10, fights his way down. They'll finally run him out of bounds. But, gentlemen, good, bad, or ugly, even when you're playing a lot of different players, you don't want to end a game like this.
No.
Need another one of those goal line stands we've been doing all year.
Be first and goal. That was a nice pass, guys.
It was.
Wide open,
Best
though.
one we've seen him throw.
I don't know if the referee's going to get there or not.
You've been wanting to say that all night.
Yes.
There's a handoff up the middle. That's Cooper going to run the ball. They're going to grab a hold of him. That's a good job by Southside. And we'll be under a minute now as Southwest will try to get those extra points. And, you know, for Southwest, I think that was a good call by the coaching staff to take those timeouts and, you know, try to get those points. Yeah, that's the thing is I don't care what the score is, just keep playing.
Well, we were talking about it earlier. I mean, these are the first points they've scored all year. And, you know, once you score, you want to just keep on doing it. So I think that's what they've kind of got in the back of their mind right now.
And that's Cooper on the touchdown. Cuts the Southside lead down to 15, 35-20.
I'm telling you, I'm really surprised we hadn't seen more of that guy tonight. He's looked good.
Well, the one thing I think this Southside team needs to work on from what I've seen the first 3 weeks of the season, they've been able to jump out to pretty good leads in the ball games, but they don't have that killer instinct to go ahead and finish the game.
They haven't finished them, you're right.
They haven't finished the game.
Yep. You know, look at all the opportunities that passed them up against Northside.
Well, Little Rock Central.
And then last week.
You know, it looked like they were going to do that coming out to start the second half, went down and scored, but then they allowed a touchdown for Southwest after that. So that cuts the lead down 35-21. We've got 37 seconds to go here in the ball game.
We going to see another onside kick, Keith?
I think we will. My question is, though, if we see an onside kick, I'm taking odds here. Do you think there'll be a yellow flag on the field?
Yes.
Coach, have you been able a chance to tour this school by chance or go in and even look at
No,
just tell me what a great the arena is. How
No,
nice it
I
is.
haven't. I got here right after y'all did, so.
That was kind of nice coming in. We got to get a golf cart drive us up here.
Yeah, it was pretty
That was
nice.
slick.
Yeah.
I actually felt important coming to the ball game.
I liked what he said, though. Just ignore the smell.
Again, we got 37 seconds to go here. Southside ahead 35-20. Again, Southside will return to action next week as we open conference play against Mountain Home. Coach, you ever been to Mountain Home for a ball game?
Yeah, basketball.
Pretty nice stadium. Have you seen the stadium?
I haven't seen it, but that's where Mallet was at for a while.
Yeah, good job by Andy Lee on the recovery. That's where didn't Benji Mahan, wasn't he the coach there for a while?
Yeah.
Benji Mahan will always be known to me as the guy that taught Brett Good how to snap the ball and make a lot of money in the NFL and get a college education.
Yeah.
I taught him how to shoot a jump shot, but I don't think that counts. Actually, Pat McCarty's taking credit for it now. I think Southside probably Nolavika. Actually, I think they've got Forsgren back in the ball game. He'll victory formation. He will take a knee. And Southside, let's see. They didn't ever reset the play clock, so now they reset it. So that should be the last play of the game. Southside going to win.
You have your first group that does the victory offense, so that's the reason why Blake was in there.
Southside going to win here 35-20. Gentlemen, we'll go ahead and wrap it up quick so we can get out of here. But workmanlike effort for the Mavericks tonight, able to jump out to a big lead, and then give Southwest some credit. They were able to make some positive things happen for them as they go into conference play. Final thoughts on tonight's ball game?
I always said a win is a win, no matter whether it's, I'd rather have a ugly win than a feel good loss or one of those what they call it moral victory.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's something to build on, and they can go back, and I'm sure they'll look at the film and get started on a game plan for Mountain Home, and because that's when it starts counting next week. So
Yeah, don't you guys think they saw enough tonight that things they can work on to get better?
Yeah, I think they're not gonna. I don't think Mountain Home's gonna sell out to all the, the blitzes that Southwest threw at them, but they'll be a tougher team, and they'll be well coached, and their line will be pretty good. But I was impressed. At times, Southwest offensive line, they blocked. It's not like they didn't have athletes out there.
Yeah, they looked like they were kind of starting to get together towards the end of the contest.
So
for sure.
they've had 3 weeks to and the game against Lufkin. I mean, who'd want to go to Lufkin, Texas anyway? I'd have to question whoever scheduled that.
Coach is thinking somebody for that.
Yeah, maybe Bryant goes to Lufkin, Texas.
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, I get that. Terrell, as far as the ball game tonight, you see some things that Southside needs to work on, and we were talking about this. Our auto collision player of the game obviously was in the first half. We saw Maddox Perez guys just take a guy's head off in the first half.
Well, and he didn't even go down. I mean, he just took the guy out, and then he just went on about his business. It was certainly impressive, definitely playback worthy. So I'll be fast forwarding it and looking through it to find that play again. But we were talking about thoughts on the game. I want to just chalk up the points on the board for the Griffins to getting some new guys in there at the end, and just chalking it up to the price you got to pay to get some guys ready for late in the season. And I think the one thing that maybe caught me a little bit by surprise, it seemed like we made some mistakes on special teams. So that's where I think you really spend a little bit extra time in practice this week and watch that film on the bus going to Mountain Home and just think about special teams a lot, because it looked like somebody actually found some weak spots on us this time. So,
gentlemen, great job tonight. Appreciate the analysis of the ball game. We got a little entertainment from the coaching staff over there, and just had a lot of fun doing the game tonight. I want to thank all the girls up here that keep us in line. Did a great job of filming the game and keeping everything going smooth for us. And again, gentlemen, I can't wait till next week. Of course, Coach Pogue, you'll be in
I'll be at
Northside next week watching the game, and we'll hold on for you next week as we go down to Mountain Home. We'll be thinking about you about 12:30 at night when we're driving by Jalpena. We'll tell you how that is. So
I listen. I would have gone. I told you I'd go, and she texted me yesterday, said, "Hey, I'm going to the Northside game." So I thought, I hadn't seen her all year long. As far as and her being a senior, I just yeah.
Well, it's good, and that's what it's all about, Coach. It's all about family, and I think that's a good decision to make. And next week, can't wait to get the conference season started, Terrell. I think it's going to be a lot of fun next week when we take on Mountain Home. It was a battle last year, and I think it's going to be another battle this year. And can't wait to get up there and see it, and ought to be a lot of fun. And we're going to head back from Little Rock. Hopefully, won't have to make another trip to Little Rock until maybe the postseason, maybe sometime. But
it's always a little more exciting once it gets to the games that matter.
Yes, it does. And the Southside team, I've seen a lot of good, but I've also seen some things they need to work on, and I think they'll get that worked out with Coach Dameron and the group. We'll have these kids ready next week to start conference, and I think this Southside team has a very good chance to surprise a lot of teams in conference, surprise a lot of folks in the state that maybe aren't giving them the credit they should get. And we'll find out as it starts next week. Again, Southside will return to action next week as they take on the Mountain Home Bombers. The game will be at 7 o'clock. We'll be on about 6:30 to bring the broadcast next week. And just want to thank everybody for watching the broadcast tonight. And everybody have a great weekend. And go Mavs!
Good job.